Wish I never bought this camera though.
Which one?
The one that I'm recording off of right now. It's too clear. I'd rather look like Adrian.
It looks good.
Nah, it's too clear.
Is
Seems
that-
like the like gray starting to pop up and starting to trip off that shit. I might have to get the dye like you do. I was telling my wife I might have to do that.
What the hell? It's just for
Shit.
men, baby. Just
That's
for men.
fucking for men. So when I sweat, it'll just drip down my face.
Oh my god. What, I gotta go to my own page and pop it up. Hey, we're live.
All right, what's up?
Oh man, this thing makes it huge every time I click on it. Hey,
No,
Chris.
Chris Hope is here. What's going on, Chris?
Yeah. Okay. Now that's back.
What's up, Capture Life? Stevie from the Bronx, my hometown.
Oz Beach Andy. What's up, guys?
Oz Beach is in there? Yep, Oz Beach as well.
Hey, you know what? I was watching a show on. Damn, your camera's clear. I'm not used to that. Mine looks like compared
It's
to
too
yours.
clear. It's too much of this. No, I don't like to see myself on the screen. There's Art with the magical goatee.
Hey, Jim.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, guys.
What's up, Hot Rod?
Hot Rod. Daytona.
What's going on, guys?
We got to get him on these meetups with
Chris
Ray and Ken.
Yeah, he's a Florida guy now.
Yeah.
Hey, I never told you the story, Jim.
No, you didn't.
Because of the stream, and me joining Facebook, which I was a part of but never really fully committed to, I found my brother I disconnected from for 16 years, dude, maybe more. In Florida, Miami, Florida. Yeah, dude. I reached out to my half brother. Yeah, it was pretty intense, man. So it was a good thing. I guess Facebook is a good thing. To some extent.
Well, yeah. Now, what camera did you get that you look so good?
I don't know. I got some cheap Amazon camera. Seems to be working.
The Jim
But
Boyd camera.
I kind of like it's too good. Seems like the gray in my face and all that other stuff. I don't look young and dapper like Dan right here, losing all the weight.
Yep.
Hey, Gary. Dan, do you have pictures for us from
Gary
from the original purchase of your scooter?
What do you mean?
Well, you said you were going to do a rebuild on it.
I actually did most of the teardown on camera.
I was gonna say, I seen a picture you put on Facebook.
Yeah, I did the teardown on camera, and then when we put it back together, I'm going to do the entire process backwards. Why? What's up?
No, I didn't know how you were taking it. If you were going to do it like in steps, like first take the pictures and then just do the floorboards or that kind of thing. I didn't know where it was at.
Did you say you have some clutch issues with it or something?
Dude, I ripped the entire thing down. Like, we tore the carburetor out, everything on camera. And then I ordered all the parts. The parts are sitting in the other room on the table. We're just waiting on the Petcock fuel system. Once that comes in, we'll start adding all the other stuff.
They still have parts for Vespa?
Oh, well, yeah, it's definitely not a Vespa. That's what a Vespa's like Italian, isn't it? Italian made.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Peggyot, I believe, is also Italian, isn't it? Peggyot. I can't.
The only one I know
we
is
don't
the
get many of
Vespa.
those down here.
You
Yeah.
talking about scooter names?
Yeah.
You talking about Peugeot?
Peugeot's one of them, yeah. But there's Peugeot, which is, I believe, another one. I don't know. And then Honda's like the most known one out there. I mean, Honda just makes incredible scooters. So that's why I bought it, essentially, is it has a Honda motor in it. It's got a GY6 motor. So it's a performance scooter out the hole. It's designed to be a lot of fun. I've had two 150s in the past that were both GY6, and they were extremely easy to modify and make them go very, very fast. So they can be fun little scooters too.
The only Italian words I know is fangu, feccia da mamata. I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
Gary says Lambretta. Is that like
Lambretta.
Lamborghini?
Yeah, Lambretta.
Lambretta. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
That's true? That's a real name?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen the mod you did to your helmet. Have you tested it to see if you get any wind noise?
So I'm not so stressing the wind. The camera's actually way up higher in the visor. Normally when you get wind sound, you get it down below. If it's too close to the bottom of the helmet, there's air you get vents, and the vents are kind of all on the bottom half. So as long as you get it up high enough, there's a rubber guard that goes all the way around the screen. Normally keeps a lot of the sound out.
You know who did it?
Go ahead.
I tried it. I tried to do that, and it didn't work. Even with one of those cat covers on it, you heard the wind.
It's really not necessary if you put the mic high enough. Like, I don't know if you saw the mic, the DeWise mic. That was the number one without dead cat setup on it. None of the dead cat needs. Like, I don't know why it just works well with GoPro without the dead cat.
You know, so, Dennis Nacho Rolling. You
sounds
remember
familiar.
Yeah. He went through all of that with his motorcycle because he was doing live streams from his motorcycle.
Yep.
He's got that.
He's got the enduro bike.
Yeah, the one with the motors on that come out the side. The heads come out the side. I forget the hell the name of it.
I mean, it's got nitrous oxide. Like, we've ordered the kit for it. This is the second scooter I've put NOS on before, so it's not new to me. But getting the jetting right is the hard part for the nitrous setup. You know, it's great. A lot of people don't realize you can do it on scooters. The difference is you can't run the RPM band higher than it was meant to rev out to. So essentially, when you take off and you feel the scooter coming into its power band, if you were to hit the NOS while it's in power band, it won't hurt the scooter. If you stop giving it spray at the top end of the rev band, then it won't over rev the engine.
Well, what you're going to have a
failure.
You're going to have a nitrous bottle on it?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you just get a
real bike?
A real bike.
Yeah, how big a motor? How big a motor is this, goddamn?
It's a 150 with a 200cc big bore kit. So it's
okay.
Yeah,
I'm not saying anything.
Unfortunately, Al, I have a mother who would kill me if I bought a real motorcycle again.
I know the whole thing.
Yeah, so I'm just fine with modifying a scooter and having some fun. That's the gist of it.
But does no one have a clue that you're putting nitrous on this thing? That's what I want.
No. It's like I said. It's all it's really going to do is if you really want to take off fast, you can do that. It's not meant for top end. The only way you're getting top end is if you're putting bigger barrier weights in it, better clutch system. Like, that's the only way you're getting higher top end, right? What I'm looking for is explosive out the hole. So if I was having fun with somebody, I could punch it at mid throttle and it would take me straight up there within, a 2 or 3 second spray, So
hey, Mike the Drone Rage is here. As Al and name Time to Fly. Oz Beach Andy, Matt,
What's up, everyone?
Productions. We got Art, we got Gary, Brant Aerials, we got Chris Hope. We got Jody, Drone Shots. We had Captain Life, right? Yeah, Capture Life Connection. And, okay, we got everybody. Oz Beach Andy. Did I get everybody? Hot Rod and Daytona. Okay.
We got Chris Hope.
Yep, Chris was here the first one. Third eye view. Third eye view.
Yep.
Hey,
the only motorcycle I could ride is the one the Shriners ride. Those little
those are
ones.
awesome, the little tiny ones.
What was with that group? They're not just the Shrine. They're the Azan Shriners down here, Mitch. I've seen them at a couple of parades or something. They go in those little cars and drive around.
I haven't seen that. I mean, the Shriners are everywhere.
Looks like a comedy show.
Yeah.
The Shriners hat. Used to go watch that
I
bowl
was
game.
a patient of Shriners.
When they had it.
So
you were at Shriners Hospital?
Yeah, I went to the Shriners Hospital in Chicago and Salt Lake City.
Hey, Steve Carpenter.
So hi to everybody that said hi to me in the chat. Saved me a little typing.
Mitch Dan, thank you for giving me the answer to my question the other day in Mitch's stream with the default going to acro if I can't find the modes in
that worked
beta.
for you?
Did work. I went to go test fly 5 batteries. I only got 1 off.
Uh-oh.
Scratch and burn.
I got some news from the show. I got an email from Ed.
Love my drones.
Yeah, I love my drones. And we fixed it. All that drill we went through, we ended up fixing his problem.
You went through it all from the start.
Yeah, we ended up fixing it. And the problem turned out to be very simple, and that was that he used channel 5 for modes and channel 6 for ARM. So when Ed just changed in his radio, channel 5 to the modes, channel 6 to ARM, everything all of a sudden worked.
Peter, Sunrise Media, AZ Drone, Brant Aerial.
Carol, hello, Sunrise.
Capture Life
Drone.
Connection.
Third Eye View.
Yeah.
Hey, And what's the update on Chris's fat sharks, Chris Hope? I know
I think he fixed them. He fixed them, but I think he wrecked his bird.
Yeah.
You see his video?
Emacs.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, I think he did.
Arizona Drone Dude. What's up? Matt, you made it home from your 28, was it 28 days at Mom's?
Yeah, close enough, mate. Close enough.
That's just a picture. That's a what's it called? A green screen picture? He's not really home.
Yeah, behind
Just
Matt.
fucking
Behind you. Who the hell was calling in a dungeon last week?
Brian.
Brian. Oh, yeah.
Above it all, what's up? Steve Carpenter in the house. What's going on, dude?
It had a green screen now. It looked better than this, mate.
You must be happy. If I were you, I'd be ecstatic. I couldn't be with my mom more than probably a day.
I was wondering, Jim, if you were even going to be on tonight. I kept looking for your email, looking for your stream. And
Same here.
Nothing.
I know. I've been sicker than crap, so it was a last minute detail. It's embarrassing, so I'm not going to talk about it.
You caught me at a good time, man.
I did it
Casey,
for myself.
hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Bob, what's up?
Bob.
I just got done eating octopus at Elevage. It was very interesting. I've had grilled octopus before, but not from a really high-end restaurant, so that was...
Oh, it makes a difference.
You mean
It does,
calamari?
man. It does. What's that?
You mean calamari?
I don't do calamari.
No, octopus tentacle, man. Calamari squid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
What's all the same shit?
What's the one that's cow's intestines?
Ew. God,
that's
what do they
haggis.
call that?
That's
Haggis.
They call that tripas. Tripas in Spanish.
Haggis is a stomach.
Adrian?
Haggis is a stomach.
Wasn't that what he was
No,
talking about?
that's
The intestine?
menudo.
Stomach and his
What's,
intestine?
up?
Was it chorizo? What'd you say there? That's chorizo.
What's calamari then?
Calamari
Calamari
is
is
squid. I
squid.
thought squid ringers. I thought it was,
Yeah.
I don't eat any of that crap.
So-
Hey, Jim,
Oh,
try
it's
this.
good.
No, I don't try that. No.
Oh, mate, you're missing out, mate. Calamari.
Yeah. Okay. I'll continue to miss out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calamari and squid are really good cooked correctly, man. They're fantastic.
Yeah, man.
I had no
Something
reason to not leave that squid right there in the ocean where he was. He wasn't bothering me.
Gives you that
How about Rocky
libido.
Mountain oysters, Jim?
That's another one, Art. Nope.
Right there, Jim.
Oh,
Right there,
boy,
buddy.
I'm just
Baby's
nuts
arm
over
holding an
give you-
apple.
It'll make a man out of me. Out.
Oh, yeah. You'll be right. Strong.
Above it all said tripe. Tripe is
Like-
is
That's
uh,
it. That's
stomach
it.
is the stomach. No, tripe is the stomach lining.
That's what I was
right.
talking
Yeah.
about, though. I was referring to
It's
tripe.
kind of
right.
like
Yeah.
chewing a grocery bag.
Take more than calamari, Al.
I've never tried tripe and probably never will.
No?
We gotta let
Oh,
Steve
I
jump
tried
in
it
here.
once in menudo, and
Oh, Menudo's nasty. I don't know. how you do
Menudo?
it.
That's a band.
It was a
Menudo.
band, but it's actually a dish, too.
yep.
You don't want to try that, dude.
All right, say hello to Steve Carpenter for me.
How about
Hi,
Hey,
Steve.
Steve Carpenter.
Hey,
Hey,
Steve Carpenter.
Steve
How you doing, buddy?
Carpenter.
Gentlemen,
Welcome.
gentlemen.
Good to
Hello,
see
hello,
ya.
hello.
You've been on
Jim?
hiatus.
Al,
Good stuff.
Art, Danny boy.
Steve,
Matt?
you look like you're lifting, buddy. You lifting? You putting the pump on, bro?
Yeah, really. No,
We had some
no I'm
calamari.
actually getting out of
You
work.
putting the pump on, man?
And Mitch, how
Swole
are
is
you,
the goal,
gentlemen?
size is the
Everybody
prize.
in chat. Yeah, get my working my
Change the
butt
clock.
off.
Let's go, Steve.
Start lifting. I'll get over there. I'll be the ref for you guys.
There you go.
I think Steve is probably feeling like I am. I want to go over to Gavin Newsom's place and strangle him.
That's the appetizer of the meal.
Oh, okay.
A lot more than that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right. Jesus.
Insanity.
I saw what city? I saw a news article headline today. There's a city in California that just passed a gun law that says that in your house you have to have your weapons locked and stored in a safe manner. Do you know what city that is?
God,
Oh,
California's
that's
so
Australia.
big, Mitch.
California.
Yeah,
Oh,
California.
probably.
Yeah, that's useful. You know, home invader breaks into your house in the middle of the night. You say, "Just a minute, hold on a minute. First I have to unlock the gun safe and get the gun out. Then I have to cut the wire, ties off of it, and then I got to go find the ammunition, which I have to store somewhere else, and then I got to load the gun. But hang on, I'll be right with you."
Well, you can keep it loaded. It just has to have a lock on it, or in a gun case.
Okay, you still got to take the lock off while the two guys are trying to jump you. Slit
two
your
guys
throat.
are,
But they will
that's
stop
nuts.
if you start talking about pollution and how to maintain pollution. Then the robbers will stop and you'll have a conversation, giving you enough time to convince them otherwise. And then you go grab your gun and then you do your business.
Well, they do
Welcome
have
to
the gun
California,
safes.
baby.
They do have the gun safes that you can put down underneath your bed or on the floor of your nightstand. Where it is it goes off your fingerprint reader, and you just put your hand down, it unlocks, it drops open instantly, and you can pull the gun right out.
Have you ever been startled in the middle of the night and woken up? How long does it take for you? I know the other night at 4:00 in the morning, one of my smoke detectors went off. It just malfunctioned.
Situational awareness, right?
And by the time you sit up in bed and try to assess what the hell's going on, it's going to be too late anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's what your shoe's for, to throw it up and knock the smoke detector off the ceiling.
There you go.
And of course, my smoke detector is connected to my alarm monitoring company. So 30 seconds later, my phone is ringing. I haven't even figured out what the hell it was yet.
I woke up startled the other morning, actually, and it wasn't the trigger I was pulling.
Oh, witty humor. I like it.
That was.
But
So-
let me
so
say this,
just
it was a pretty big trigger. No, it wasn't.
So what tripped the alarm?
I have no idea. Just decided that those things are so sensitive anyway. Sometimes when I'm cooking, it
It's
goes off.
Cigars.
Well, that's
No, the
because it's
cigars are
picking up
outside.
smoke.
The cigars are outside.
It was probably a low battery.
No, it's got a 10-year battery in it. It's only a year or two old.
Mitch, just be honest. You're pouring wax on your nipples, and the wax on accident put out the flame and the candle with it. I mean, we know. We get it. Everybody cross-dresses from now and then. Use a little wax on the nipples. It's all right.
It didn't use those smokeless candles.
Yeah.
No, that's
time
where
you gotta,
That's where I screwed up.
Don't pretend you don't know what he's talking about, mate.
I believe me. Yeah, it's funny when you say that. When you get older, like my kids, they think that I don't know when they're, about things about sex. They don't want to think about the fact that their father not only did everything they ever thought of, but a few things they haven't tried yet.
Oh,
Been there, done that, eh?
Yep.
Been there, done that.
That's for sure. So how is everybody?
Great. Stevie, how you been? I haven't seen you in any stream. You've been
We
kind
had,
of quiet.
We
Just
had a
been-
loaded rifle in the closet at all times in New York. We had the loaded. It was the one my father brought home from World War II. It was a Japanese rifle. He restored it, and that son of a bitch was loaded, sitting in the closet. If you remember the old houses in New York, as soon as you walk in, there's your closet there to hang your coat, like a little mud room would be.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, as soon as you walk in, there's your little closet and a shoe box where you put your shoes. So that rifle was right there, loaded.
My grandfather in New York City carried a little paper bag, and inside the paper bag was a 22 and his license. Not his license for the firearm, his just license. He wasn't all there. But I remember that as a kid.
But did they have carry permits back then?
I don't even know, Jim.
I don't
but
think
I just
so.
remember
I don't
that.
remember.
I don't think so.
He was your uncle, did you say?
It was my grandfather.
Your grandfather?
That's the one you
yeah.
learned the real crap from.
Oh, he'll pull that shit out on anybody.
In my day, we
had some
shot you coming
psychological
in
issues.
the door and then slid the body all the way in.
Yeah, yeah. You drag him in from outside.
Right. He was in the street and he made it all the way in the house.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Extra pepperoni.
And that's what you just keep at a 357 mag.
that's what I like about Florida. Florida is a very liberal state when it comes to guns, and
Like Texas.
our sheriff, the sheriff that we have here in Brevard County, is fabulous. Have you seen if somebody shoots somebody breaking into their house and kills them, the sheriff goes on the news the next morning and congratulates them.
Yeah. And he goes on Facebook. They had one with two teenagers, two 16-year-olds that stole a car, and they pulled into a driveway, and a cop car got behind them. Let me pull this off for a second.
Yeah, you're good.
Cop car gets behind them, so they're trapped in the driveway. So they go on the lawn, they turn around, and they're going to drive away. So the cop stands in front of them and shoots them both. Clean shoot here in Florida.
Oh yeah. You don't find too much of that controversy stuff going on here in Florida.
So, Jim, you really hadn't seen it yet, I guess. That's the pictures of it. I really haven't taken that many pictures of it yet. We just did the teardown. We loaded it up, brought it over to my buddies for the teardown. It's kind of been over there ever since. So that's the best picture I've taken of it so far.
I did see that, and I saw the helmet. It is cute. It's
cute. It's what's it going to be when it grows up, Dan?
Actually, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop it on its nuts. I'm going to slam it. I'm actually extending the CVT case out 7 inches, so it's going to be a drag scooter, and I'm putting a Fat Boy tire on the back.
Oh, no.
Dude, I used to build these things. I used to have a motorcycle and scooter repair shop. I used to make these things radically fast. We could race 12-second street bikes with some of our GY6 builds. They would be just stupid on the whole. So, yep.
Just promise us you're not wearing a beanie, helmet, and a leather jacket.
No, sir. I'm going full face helmet. I got the riding gear. I'm like literally. I had my accident. I know what road rash feels like. I remember breaking every bone in my body. This goes fast enough to hurt yourself, so I'm definitely going to wear some gear.
Is that a basket on the front? I can see.
There is no basket on that thing, sir.
A little basket.
Zero basket.
And a school bag hanging off the back.
Yeah.
No, that definitely. That's
Dan,
it.
20 miles an hour on a motorcycle is fast enough to hurt yourself.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, out like I said, these things do about 62 to 65 on a 150 frame. So it moves. It moves fast enough to get the job done to hurt you.
And with the nitrous,
with the NOS, it'll get up to speed faster, but top end is going to be created by a different clutch, different variator weights, extending the clutch package. I mean, there's so much that can go into how you get it to go faster. Objectively, you want to put more fuel to air ratio to gain speed, right? You want to build a higher RPM, and the only way to do that is to bigger throttle, try different jets, find out what works best for you.
And again, this is that legal one where, down at 49 cc's, you don't need to register it, right?
Actually, no. It's 150 cc displacement, so it's over. It requires an endorsement to ride it.
49, 150, same thing.
Yeah.
I know the motorcycle guys. I get it. I love you guys, man. Just for you, Jim, I'm going to put my mangina on it. Right. We're actually calling it the F-bomb. It's officially been labeled the F-bomb.
That man card is flickering in the wind right now.
Probably, bro. I'll wear a skirt. I'll tell you what. For you, the first time I ride it, I'm going to put a skirt on. All right.
I want to see the pink tutu. That.
I might still have the tutu. Yeah. Yeah, I might still have the tutu from our, what was that? Titties with tots or tots with, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I might still have that tutu laying around somewhere.
Well, you want to give Don Joyce a ring because he's got the old ensemble.
Right.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he was the one who did the stripper pole?
That was
Mars.
Mars did in
Mars did the stripper pole with the thing. Yeah, that was something else, man. That's something I'll never forget.
Coopy's girlfriend, that's.
Too damn sexy.
See where your head's at, Art.
What just happened with Koopy's girlfriend?
The video
Have
with
you seen
the
the video. Oh God.
No.
You haven't seen John Koopy's
girlfriend was on the
Cinewhoop video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the drone flying around there.
Okay, but you gotta emphasize what was she doing that made it interesting.
Well, she laid down and like this, and the drone flew straight through. Right. So anyway, drone bum. Who was he?
That
with?
was funny.
Went to a time warp.
drone bum lays on
I did see that.
He put his legs apart, and who was he with? And he flew his
Carlos. Carlos.
Carlos, yeah.
Carlos,
That
those
was
guys have
funny.
been at an adventure. They've been doing some whooping around the New York City area.
They're trying to get
Malls.
arrested, man. They're flying to shopping malls on Wall Street.
I don't think anybody's going to bug them. Not with those little microwaves.
Nobody even, not only don't they bug them, they don't even notice them. The people just walk around and they're, you know, like they're New Yorkers. They don't give a shit about anything.
They don't. As long as you don't mess with them, that's all that matters.
Yep.
I'm telling you, Steve, you're looking stocky over there, bro. You look like you're putting a good build on right now, man.
Yeah,
Are you getting diesel?
Trying to get out, just getting a lot of work, getting out on the projects. That's why I've been around and been busy with work.
I didn't think you were allowed out in California.
Well,
They don't have you on
well,
lockdown?
you know what?
Mitch, there's a lot of confusion.
I have a double barrel for Newsom around here, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of confusion over here, Mitch. There's some places that are closed and some places that are open. Your Walmarts, your malls.
Yeah.
A certain amount of people can go in, but your mom and pop stores are closed.
Yeah.
And, teams like the San Francisco 49ers got to go practice out of the county in Arizona. It's crazy.
Jody, I just threw myself
so much
out
hypocrisy.
trying to share that. Jody was putting up the link for the DJI finally put out the Mavic 2
Enterprise
with the 40
yeah, I saw
clear
that.
camera on it.
How many tens of thousands of dollars is that going to be?
Yeah, well, the FLIR camera alone was 5,000. So
Not the one they're putting on that drone, is it?
the FLIR Pro with its 640 true 640 camera is $5,000.
And they put that on the Mavic 2?
That's what they're showing.
Mavic 2 Enterprise.
Wow.
I don't
With
know.
my 2K.
My understanding is it doesn't hold up to the Evo 2 Dual.
I was just going to ask that.
Yeah.
That would
So
be,
far from what we've seen, people are
That'd be
saying that it's
shocking.
not even close to the Evo 2 Dual.
that would
Really?
be shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're saying 645 12 at 30 hertz.
Steve, can you bring that up?
Yeah, I've got it up right now.
I
Hold
can't
on.
bring. I tried to bring the picture up and it threw me out.
Not that I follow DJI stuff.
You're
Well, how
following
can
it?
you not? How can you not if you turn on YouTube and you have drones somewhere
I
in your
try to
interest?
avoid it like the plague.
Don't forget that you're talking about
everywhere.
the FLIR Pro R, which is the radiometric version, versus the 340 on the Autel Evo.
Let me zoom it in a little bit.
No, it's
Let's
called
put
these
specs versus specs here.
And now that thing's 1,100 grams at takeoff weight.
That's not too bad.
You should feel 1,100 grams. It's the size of one of my cameras. The X5 camera weighs
Yeah,
that
it's
much alone.
2.5 pounds.
On that little tiny
Not
thing.
too bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I'm sure it cruises pretty well. What's the flight time on it?
Well, they're still saying
there it
6
goes.
meters a second.
Well,
the
I'll
speaker
hold up
on that
there.
go
6
down,
minutes. Okay, no, I know. I was getting down there. He went over the 31 measured, at windless conditions, and then with each one of the attachments, there it is.
Right.
Because it has that top RTK hood on it now, which means you're going to have to get a second
stupid?
controller.
That thing was dumb. Is it the
Yeah.
flight characteristics even going to be proper on that?
It's just
With all
location.
that weight in the
characteristics.
front?
Right.
I know, but you have everything in the
No,
front, it looks like.
You burn out the front motors first.
Yeah.
It's the way it works. The same with the
Rick-
Matrice.
Rick Caliber, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Rick.
Hello,
Hey,
Rick.
Rick. What's going on, Rick?
Sorry, I got to keep you guys back and forth.
We got GPS and GLONASS, and then again 2.4 to 5.8 hertz. See, they got to keep it in there so the government can regulate it.
Yep.
DJI is starting to put out all their drones. It's the year of DJI again.
Internal storage, 24 gigabytes. Wow. That's
wonder-
new.
Yeah, that's huge.
I wonder if they know something that
Three
we
times
don't.
three times the size. And
With the remote ID, guys.
There's the thermal camera right there.
I have a funny
Okay.
feeling that remote ID thing, it's going to be years before we ever have to even deal with it.
It would be a 3-year implementation anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's going to be years, and now there's rumors that they're not ready to come out with the rule like they said they were going to be by the at the end of this year. They've got so many things to decide yet on that, and so we
Yeah,
you know
they know
wait-
the heck it's going to create in this space.
Now
Well, they
there-
just
there's
want to make sure the spray goes down for the disinfectant of the virus, so they can spread it around as they're flying. That's what they're worrying about.
Before
But
they put
now-
all the rules out, right?
they had a big data dump, but I didn't get all the details of it from the federal government, and they found out that the FAA has been conferring off the record with with the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security about this, and so they're making all the decisions of what they're going to do in the back room. The fact that we put all those comments out there, I think, is just meaningless.
That's wild. 32,
Yeah.
32 times zoom.
Now
All right,
that's digital, not optical.
Digital.
So
No, I know.
Right.
that means because the Pro only puts out an 8-time zoom.
Can we pull up the Evo 2 specs now? The dual?
That is a
I want to run a side.
the original Mavic 2 was a lepton sensor. Then you've got the Pro sensor, which is the 640, and the 320 is which sensor again, guys? Starts with a B.
Boson?
Yes.
Hey, Rick.
So if this thing is saying that it's the 640 30 hertz, it's got to be the FLIR Pro sensor. How they're ripping off FLIR, I don't know.
Same way they ripped off Hasselblad, they probably bought them.
Okay.
Well, they did buy Hasselblad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They probably bought FLIR.
They bought Avionics, which is spelled differently, which is their LiDAR.
Just go back up to that thermal camera, man. Just go back up to that. And look at those specs. Visual, no, next one up. There we go. Okay, so what are the specs on that? 12 special pair 8. Okay, 34 millimeter. Yeah.
That's not right. A 35 millimeter format, 38 millimeter. That's not what you got. A 13 millimeter or a 19 millimeter on the actual FLIR Pro.
So there's a 9. The 9. It's 9.
Okay, 9 millimeter. There you go.
Yeah.
Who are they trying to attract with this drone?
It's got to be search and rescue.
Yeah,
only.
police departments, government.
Yeah.
Government's
Yeah.
got.
Aren't they
you know,
using like M210s or M300s? Why would they?
There it
Yeah,
is.
but you can just
smaller.
put a FLIR Pro on them.
Have you got the specs of the Autel handy?
I don't. I can't bring it up. For some reason, it knocks me off out of this room when I bring it up. Okay.
Can you just open a new window?
I did on the other computer, and it threw me out of this room. I don't know why Google's doing this to me now.
Or somebody else? Oh, here. Let's see if I can just pull it.
Ultra zoom.
Teamwork.
That's the 32 or whatever, the 16 digital zoom. It's still, when you're looking down on a human being from 200 feet even, you're just seeing a dot. To pick them out.
I'll tell you what, on the Mavic Air 2, and you're running just at 1080, you get 4 times zoom. I'll tell you what, it does a doggone good job of zooming in.
Right.
We had some firemen doing a practice on the project that I'm on. We allow them access for them to go training on those type of tilt up buildings, and they were out there the one day, and so I had my drone up, and I put it up, and I was filming them. And, oh my gosh, you could make them out clear as a bell.
All right, Jim, I got it pulled up, man. If you can share that one.
Yeah, Bob, are you okay with that? Look at Bob says he tripped over the gas hose at the pump, grabbed the door handle on the way down, which made the corner of the door spear him in the chest.
Jesus.
God.
Ouch.
Okay, so do you have the specs there handy, Matt? Are you able to keep?
Yeah, I can, mate. I can. Give me 2 seconds. Here we go.
Okay.
Righto. Thermal camera. What have we got? 9mm. What's this one here?
Let's see here.
They're all using a Sony sensor, so how much difference will it be? You know what I mean, in terms of the RGB. I don't know about the FLIR stuff.
It hasn't got that there.
Yeah, the
It's-
RGB
it's all-
is not going to be anything different, Al.
It's
You're
only
right.
it's only 320 by 256.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what it was at the CES.
yeah.
Okay, this is 540 by 640 by 512.
But it's only really 320. It's expanded to be 640 on screen
Okay.
and still resolution. You see right there, still resolution photography. The
megahertz.
camera itself is only a 320.
What's the megahertz on that? It hasn't got that either.
It's measured in ohms in
Megahertz.
wavelength. Like the DJI
Hertz. It's
Clearview
hertz.
Pro would be 14 ohms.
Yeah.
This one's 13 and a half, 7.5 to 13 and a half ohms.
I don't know why I said megahertz.
The Mavic Enterprise here is 30 hertz.
Yeah, 30 hertz. It's got nothing on here with your hertz.
Yeah, this is straight from Evo's website as well.
Yeah.
Autel is not going to tell you a lot of things.
It hasn't got a lot of things on it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Says the
But
man
it does have
whose drone is there.
the Evo 2 does have a variable wavelength range to where it's fixed on the Mavic.
Yes.
The spectrum band is between 8 and 14, but the
Right.
pixel pitch is straight 12.
That's because FLIR is 14 on the spectrum band. So I wonder if they had a joint deal, but they're not mentioning FLIR. Like, remember the XT, the original? They never mentioned FLIR in that one either, but we know it was a combined effort. And they came out with that IP and the L1, or the P1 and the L1. You're
So
talking
we're
about
going with right now, sitting as it sits, the DJI is better.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
It was the one I've been bitching about the whole time. Why
Why the
in
hell are we-
2020 did we still not have a 5-year-old 640 capable Clearview Pro camera?
So why are
And
all
is
these
that
people
one
on Facebook?
radiometric, guys? Somebody look and see if that's even radiometric. It'll have JPEG R as one of the results.
It has our
that's
JPEG
so
for
cool.
the Mavic.
Okay. Okay.
Photo format is RJPEG. And-
JPEG.
R-JPEG, and the video format is MP4.
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't tell
The
you
hell
what
is
the
with that?
What the hell
right,
is
so
What the hell is RJPEG?
That means it's radiometric and it shows you individual heat spots.
Oh, you're talking about
on every
the thermal
pixel.
camera. Okay.
Yeah, on the thermal camera.
yeah.
Hey,
This
Mike.
doesn't say any of
Hey,
that.
Mike.
It just says still photography resolution IR 640/12, PIP 1920 1080 1280 by 720, and then the video format is MOV MP4, obviously H.264, H.265 supported.
Everything gets classed against the original Clearview Pro R. If you go back and look at FLIR's,
Yeah.
you'll see it's still $4,800. Hasn't lost a dime in all these years.
Is there a price on this new DJI thing? Have they talked about what the price is going to be?
They don't ever announce enterprise prices. You
No
got to
kidding.
dig it out from the
Well,
deal.
What's the price of the Evo with the dual on it? Do you know anything? Because that's out there now, isn't it?
I think it's like
Yeah.
10 grand. I think it's like
Is it that much?
grand,
Okay, so, yeah. So you're
$8,000 camera.
way out of the hobbyist realm here with
Oh,
these
yeah.
things.
Oh, yeah. If you're
Yeah,
not
that-
using it for business, you're losing money.
Yeah, that's not aimed at Dan. No way.
Bro, I'm gonna
Not
take
aimed
my
at me either.
I'm gonna take my 3DR Solo, strap myself onto it, and put the FLIR attachment on it, call it a day.
Why not? Why
Angle
not?
it, you're nuts.
You could
Exactly.
take the original Phantom
Mhm.
and do the same damn thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
man.
a little FLIR setup that just plugs into your Android or iOS device, and you just attach it to a gimbal, whatever you want, and then you plug in the HDMI port, or I guess it would be called a different port now, MTP port or something like that. But you can plug it right into the HDMI connection and still use it. So just, I mean, that's at a cost of $140 brand new. So 140 versus 10,000. Like, I'm probably going to choose $140 option. See where it sets me.
And there it is
Yeah.
again with its 7-mile full HD transmission range. That's just great.
Yeah. 7 miles, assuming there's not a tree somewhere between you and the drone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the cops aren't going to send it out 7 miles anyway.
It's out of line of sight. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
No, that's
ridiculous.
against the law.
Say
We would
those
never
facts.
break the law.
Well, it's stupid to even say those specs because some clown's going to send it out 10Ks.
That's the
Let's
thing.
do a range test on a $10,000 camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but they got return to home. If it runs out of range, it'll turn around. It'll fly home.
Yeah,
every time.
halfway home.
And land right on the H. It'll land right on the H too, where it took off. Yep.
Was that
3 inches
precision
out,
landing?
That's it. Precision landing. Yes, sir.
if it's 3 inches out, there's something wrong with it.
Yep. Got to send it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to Night Train, who's printed me some things for my
Mike
quads. Mike, thank you very much. I want to let everybody. This is a great community.
He has
So how's the FPV stuff going, Al? How's the FPV
great.
flying?
I had my maiden flight today with the Nazgul, and I charged 5 batteries, and I only got to 1.
What
I
happened?
crashed it.
Oh, did you break it?
I got a little bit brave. No, I didn't break it. This thing's built pretty good. Got pretty brave. Started doing flips. Tried to do one of those split S, and it came out to be a split Y. Why did I do that? And came crashing down, and battery strap snapped, and battery was down a ways from it, and camera was down a ways.
Oh,
so I got to watch myself. Yeah,
those
They
are
held
good.
up pretty well.
Nazguls are great. I've got one of those. That's a great flying quad.
yeah. I bought it from this guy's best friend. Yeah, there it is. Sweet. Right on, Mike.
Oh man, look at that.
That's for my Cinewhoop, my naked GoPro 6. He printed that out for me, and then then that's to put god damn it, my camera, my DJI camera on the Betaflight, and then he did another one for me, which is a batteryless Insta GoPro, so I could stick it in there, and then use the USB adapter to plug into the battery lead.
Well, that's cool. And keep in mind when you have that big bucks camera on the drone, don't be doing any of those split Ys.
No, I think I'm just going to stick to the cinematic stuff. I can't do the flippy floppies. They're too hard. Right on, Mike. Appreciate it, dude.
How's the weather in
problem,
Michigan,
man.
Mike?
I got those done and then worked on the enclosure for my printer.
Yeah, that looked cool. You sent me the picture of that. That looked real good.
Some LEDs in there. I'm waiting. I'm going to move it over here by the quad wall. Get it away from the door. But that'll be the
Actually,
project. Moving it around.
I have got a question, actually. I've been after it I couldn't do much because I was away, but I want to get these now. I'm looking at the batteries, 1S 550. I'm wondering where the hell I can get them for the Tiny Hawk.
Amazon. Do you have Amazon over there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty standard.
Oh, shitload. Yeah, you could probably get them.
Yeah, you can.
3.7.
Amazon's got all kinds of 1S like those.
They're pretty standard, man. They're pretty easy.
Standard 3.7, right? And,
Well, 3.8 they call HV, high voltage.
Right.
They charge to 4.35 instead of 4.2. Most of the 1Ss that you buy are going to be high voltage ones.
Right, okay, because I want to get like, I don't know, 6 of them, because fun's over after 2 batteries. The 2S lasts about a minute. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
ridiculous.
You can.
I was using these. I was using these when I had the Tiny Hawk.
What is that? It's a
No.
2S, isn't it?
That's the 1S.
That's a 2.
No, that's a 2S.
That's a 2S.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got a
you're
2S
using that?
balance board on it.
Then
Thought I
think
knew
was
my
using this
FPV,
shit.
Matt.
Are they the crazy pony ones?
Right.
Yeah, they are the crazy pony.
I just got
Yeah.
the 650s.
They're zippy.
I just bought a dozen of those things, and
Yeah.
they don't give me much more flight time than the 550s do. But so far they haven't puffed up on me, which is what those GNB batteries, those little
Yeah.
GNB
Yep.
1Ss puff up like crazy on you.
I had to get rid of those.
Yeah, but these crazy pony ones so far have not. I've got a couple of them have like 10 flights on them already, and they haven't puffed up on me.
So Jim, that link I was showing, I know we're all still talking. Sorry, guys. That Amazon link, the FLIR One. You guys have seen the FLIR One camera, right? The FLIR One setup for your Android or iPhone device. So this is the generation 3. The first one was actually really good. The 3rd gen is really, really good. This is enhanced imagery. They've gone above and beyond the Call of Duty with this little thing. If you guys haven't seen it, it's like $200. plugs into your phone, changes everything. These can be installed on a drone extremely easy. So I really don't understand why everybody keeps chasing these really expensive FLIR setups when you're being offered something at a minimal fraction of the price as something
They can't
like
build them. It's probably because they can't build them, man. That's probably why.
I just take a little hobby time and just figure things out. I've been thinking about getting this for a while and attaching it to the Solo because I really want to try some FLIR stuff at night and see what it looks like. So I might move forward with this. Has anybody else tried this thing yet? I've seen video. It's fantastic. It's actually surprisingly really good for what it is. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Should I do it? You guys are here. Should I do it? Should I get one?
Go
Should I
for
order
it.
one of these? Yeah. Okay. All right. That's it. That's all I wanted.
That's just furiously typing over there. Listen.
Who is that? Is that Matt?
No,
Oh, that's Mitch.
Mitch is going for it, mate. He's got lead fingers.
Well, I got my microphone like right down here. Wait, I'll show you. I got my keyboard here, and I got my microphone right here, so it's right there to pick up the typing.
Mitch,
Sorry about that, guys.
you need a bigger screen, dude. That one's
Jesus. What's the
That's
fucking
only-
NBC
yeah.
studio?
It's only 40. It's only
that.
43 inches. Yeah, it's just one of those 4K 43-inch TVs that you can buy for $300, and it makes a great computer monitor.
Hey, I have a problem, guys. I can't make Mel or Capture Life. I can't click on them and make them moderators. Why is that?
the three.
That was a moderator. I just seen it.
No, he's white. He Drone Shots said hi to Mel, and Mel
Trying to. When I press on them, on the left click, nothing happens, and when I right click on them, it's bringing up the reload, save as, print.
Hang on. Are you got the three dots next to him? I didn't hear what you said. Your three dots to the right hand side. What does it say when you push the three dots?
When I push left click on it, nothing. Absolutely nothing. comes
Really?
up. Yep.
So, did you pop out your chat?
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
that's weird. Because when I do it, it works. I mean, it works. You get nothing. I get
Not a
I'm
damn thing.
Huh?
So I can put him in timeout, hide the user, report and remove. That's with those three dots.
I don't get it. I don't get that.
Johnny Drone Flyer, same thing. Tim Jackson.
Let me shut the chat off and then pop it out again. Let me try and do it in YouTube itself.
He's trying to tell you something, Mel.
Tim Jackson, I can't do nothing. Johnny, I can't. I'm clicking on the three dots. Left clicking, nothing happens. When
Yeah,
I right click,
when I left click, I get four different options: report, remove, put user in timeout, and hide user on the channel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Johnny Drone Flyer said he can't get it to work. I'm assuming.
that's right. He couldn't on his show either, and we were talking about that.
Hey, can you just share that screen for a minute, Jim?
Yeah, bro.
Thanks, mate. These are 450s, which I'm not after. I want 550s.
Is that $55 for 5 1S batteries?
Yeah,
That's Australian dollars.
yeah.
That's like monopoly money.
Jesus
There you go.
Christ.
It's like
Now,
$5.
It better be
did you-
123 for 4 batteries.
Did you just try typing crazy pony? See the ones on the left there with the yellow on them?
Yeah,
They're Crazy Pony.
yeah.
They probably have some 650 Crazy Pony batteries.
Those are good batteries. Those are the ones I have here.
Yeah, they I've been using them and they work great. And they
they
have the
don't
wire.
pop up.
They have the wire coming out. They don't have the plastic cap on them like that.
The GMB is junk. I've learned
It's
about
junk. They're
those
horrible.
themselves. They're
I would
junk
never-
batteries, and they charge
never
a lot
buy
for them
another one.
still. I'm never getting them again. Absolutely not.
And I heard that race day quads, their 1500 4 cells are made by GNB, so I'm buying any of them either.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so these ones here.
You want the ones with the wire though. You want the ones with the pigtail, not the ones with the plastic caps.
So
on.
these are okay. This brand here,
Yeah, Crazy Pony seems to be okay.
Crazy Pony. So if I put it in here, Crazy Pony.
Just put Crazy Pony 1S and see what you end up with.
Wait, what are you looking up on your computer? I just saw some. Oh, I'm backing that up. What have you been searching, my friend?
Hey,
The nudie bar.
Yeah,
Australia.
Porn,
Some of those
Pornhub.com, you know, what the hell.
It wasn't a
Come on,
pony.
guys.
I didn't know they sold those toys on Amazon.
Come on, guys. They do. They sell. Oh man, you can get anything on Amazon.
Anything.
Anything.
One trick.
Okay, I
Oh,
had to
there you
sign out.
go.
Hey, Johnny, I had to sign out of YouTube on that other channel, re-sign in, and then it gave me the 3 dots. So everybody should be moderators now.
There we go.
Everybody should be back. I don't know why I had to sign out.
Yep, Tim
Come
is
on.
blue now.
Crazy Pony doesn't come up. God's sake.
Crazy pony.
Hey Jim, I've got to go. Thanks for having me in. I'll
Good to
I'll
see
be
you,
listening,
Steve.
but I got to get off here right now because I've got to get on to another stream
Okay, buddy. Thank
Here,
you.
Steve.
for a meeting. Good to see everybody.
Good to see you.
everybody in
Good to
chat.
see you,
Take
Steve.
care, and if
Tell
I don't
Gavin-
see you,
Tell
Have a
Gavin
mer-
Newsom.
yeah,
Since he-
Yeah, say hi to him for me too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will. I wish everybody, if I don't see you, I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Same to you,
Happy
buddy.
holidays.
Steve. Take care.
Take care.
Thanks,
All
man.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey,
Hey,
Mitch.
answer that
what-
one question. Is the 3.5 volt a land now?
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb. But with a whoop, the voltage will sag down so much when you give it even a little bit of power that the way I do it is I try to land at 3.5 volts. That's good for the battery, but you can't land the first time it goes below 3.5 volts, or you won't be flying. Anytime you give it a little bit of throttle, it'll sag. So what I do is I keep an eye on it, and then I'll pull the throttle back to like where you're just cruising real slow. Take a look at the voltage, and that when that gets to be 3.5 volts, when you're just flying real slow, that's when I land. And I usually get about 3.5 minutes out of one of these things.
Technically, you can take any LiPo battery down to 3 volts before it starts to create damage.
You can, but what happens on a tiny whoop is you're going below 3 volts.
Oh,
if
I
you go-
know.
if you go-
289, and then it starts to just
if
fall.
you go and
Yeah.
punch here,
Yeah.
Jim, make this is the one I just window there. You just there it is. That's the Amazon page right there
Oh,
for the Crazy Pony. Now I don't know. This is in this country. I don't know about Australia, but it says Crazy Pony 4 pieces, 650 milliamp, $22 here. And they had it.
And you can stack those to us, right? If you have the lead.
Yeah, sure. I use
Yeah,
two of
make
them on
it
my little Tiny Hawk race. You know, the little race that uses two of them, and it even has the double connector for them. But that's
You chuck that link in the chat, mate.
I can. We'll see what happens.
Why can't I get the plastic? Is the plug different? Is it?
No, it's the same plug, but with the Tiny Hawk, the wire on the Tiny Hawk isn't long enough to reach up around and plug into that plastic cap.
Right. Okay.
The ones with the plastic caps are usually for the little brushed motor jobs.
So, yeah, Carlos, technically you can take your LiPo batteries to 3 volts.
Nice.
I wouldn't suggest doing it often, but you can. It's a safety margin that was put in by the companies to say, let's give them a stopping point of 3.5. Below that, you're risky. But if you ever looked up LiPo batteries, you can safely take them down to 3 volts. Now, that doesn't mean when you're flying here at 3.2, you're going to power thrust your drone because you're going to completely crap the battery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you could cruise for a little while and take it down to 3 volts and be fine. So you just got to be paying attention.
Yeah, the problem is if you do take them down too low, that's when they're
Bloating.
likely to start puffing, blowing
Yeah.
up on you. Yeah.
Yeah, chemical imbalance in the battery, absolutely. So, all right, guys. On that note, I gotta go. I gotta feed guinea pig. And
All right, Dan. Good to see you. Be careful on
Yeah,
that
good to
on
see you,
that on that
Take care.
motorcycle of yours.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. All right, guys. I'm
nice
out.
Vespa.
Toodles.
Take
Later.
care.
Cheers, mate. Oh, Osby Chandy's got the skins arrived for his a Mini 2 instead of a Mavic, instead of an Air 2. Oh, that sucks. Stretch them out, mate. Put a bit of heat on them. They'll fit.
Yeah, stick it on there. Anyway,
Yeah.
Make
that's
little
fine.
slits in it and expand them.
At least they're making it up to them real quick. They said they're express mailing the Mavic Air 2 skins for them.
They do.
That-
They do really quick. Really quick. Man. He got it
that
from the
link
same
work for you, Matt?
line
Did
from
that?
Mavic.
Does that link I put in the chat work for you for those batteries?
Can't see it.
Yeah, it didn't show up in the chat.
No link there, mate.
No.
Yeah, they're really quick, Mike. They're mine was like 2 or 3 days. It was here, and I said, look, I've got 6 batteries. I said I need. And he goes, oh, we'll just chuck them in as well. So like for $50, you know, I got everything, and they just chucked in all the extra bloody skins for my batteries. Unreal, mate. Unreal. The first time I went through Decal Girl in America, it cost me like 110 Australian. It took 3 months to get here.
Wow.
And when it got here, I hated the colour. I didn't use it.
I was stuck with it.
Oh, did you get the original orange?
No, well, I got the fluoro orange now.
Now.
Yeah. But the other one was more of a reddy thing. But when I put it on the drone, it actually looked quite pink. And there's no way in hell I'm going to be showing Al Diaz my pink fucking Mavic 2.
No, man card. We'll take that man card in a second around here.
You know,
Fly cinematic.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what footage I got out of that, it wouldn't.
Some people don't mind a little bit of pink in their attire.
It's like, hi, I'm Johnny.
That's right, Mike. Let's have a look what we got here. Mitch, good on you.
I just put it in again for you.
Thanks, mate.
See if it comes up there in Australia or what happens.
Yeah,
What do you
we're
get?
over here in the States.
Currently unavailable.
Yeah, they see. Evidently, they don't stock them in Australia. That battery.
Matt, I would send you the ones I have, but it probably cost me $100.
Yeah, it costs
And
you.
I'm not feeling that fucking friendly.
Not only that, but then they'd stop them at customs and they'd slap another $100 on it for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I heard they were
Batteries.
raising shipping here. I heard they were raising shipping again in the U.S.
Well, Amazon Prime is that's the nice thing about Amazon Prime is you don't worry about how much it costs to ship.
Yeah, everybody eats the price.
Well, yeah.
That's
But
how
you're gonna-
that socialist. That's socialism there.
That's why they charge $3 and $4 more for an item, though.
Yep.
What's the C rating on this? They're only 50C. What's the max punch on it?
Oh, they work fine. They work fine. But they're very inexpensive. These batteries, and for a tiny, I put 2 of them on that little Tiny Hawk 2, and it punched up to the moon. So I'm
Yeah, you're not putting a lot of amps through or anything.
no problem with that.
What
But
were we talking about?
in mind,
C rating was?
Keep in mind, Al, that C rating.
Yeah.
The amps depends on the capacity of the battery. So if you have a 100C 300 milliamp battery and a 600 milliamp 50C, you'll have the same amount of amps available.
There you go.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll kick your bastard's ass. This little light here has my Flytron strobe on light has 80 milliwatt hours. Kick your butt. Look at that little baby.
Yep.
80 milliwatt hours.
80 milliwatt
right up your
hours,
butt.
yeah.
How much you pay for that?
That was like $13 back in whatever year it was. This is my first set of lights. And that 80 milliwatt hours dies in about 2 charges.
Well, that's like the little batteries that come on those powered beepers. They're tiny as hell.
Can't handle the usage.
Yeah, them iFly beepers.
They don't even sell those batteries here in Australia.
Ah,
No way.
That's right. Real men don't wear pink.
yeah. See, the 450 Emax batteries are 70C, I think. Correct?
Sorry, I was thinking about where I was putting the pink.
The Emax, the batteries that come with the Tiny Hawk, the ones that say Emax on them, 450s,
Yes.
they're 70Cs. Okay.
80 to 160.
80C. So that's 450. When you go up to 650 and you go down to 50C, you still have about the same amount of amps available.
Those are better, Bob. The arc. These were the original arc lights, and then the arc 2s are in a plastic case and have the switch on the side. Elsewise, you're pressing this little stupid black button that is hellacious to find. Where is it? Over there by this finger. Look at the size of your finger compared to the light. And it's got 4 strobes on it. These are the arc 2s.
That's why they make fingernails.
Ridiculous. Like with four of them in a little cup.
Thanks for the offer, Mel. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you.
With the
Well, Matt,
$500.
you know what that means, Matt? It's time to step on up. Maybe you should get that Mobula 7 or 6 like Carlos has with the HD camera on it.
You know what? Yeah. I want to. This is where I'm heading. You know, I want to put incorporate the footage of FPV as well as the Mavic footage in my videos, and this is what I want to start mixing up a bit. So, but I've got to get a lot better at flying. You know, and at the moment it's just very difficult to even go and practice because I've got a 2S and a 1S. The 2S gives me about a minute. The 1S gives me about 3 minutes, and I'm going to go charging again for another 1 hour 50 freaking.
And you only got one battery?
Two.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that doesn't work.
When you go out flying with these whoops, you need a Ziploc bag full of batteries. I take a dozen batteries with me when I go out flying.
I'm taking a car battery with an extension cord.
Yeah.
Plug it in, off you go. So I'm really not getting the practice time in that I need, you know. Does anyone know I haven't got a what do they call it? A bloody a sim. What sort of? I wouldn't mind having a crack at a sim, mate. Are there any freebies on there, or got to go buy them somewhere?
Tiny Whoop.
No, the best free. One, the one that I use. There are some freebies. The one that I use is Velocidrone, and it costs $20. So
okay.
There's Liftoff. That one that demands a lot of power from your computer.
Yeah, but Velocidrone seems to work great for $20.
Tiny Whoop Go is free.
It'll blind you, Bob.
That one's pretty decent.
Oh, I'm having a seizure, dude.
Yeah, it'll blind you.
Tiny Whoop Go.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Jesse Perkins sim.
And they're standard
Yeah,
USB chargers.
I'll be honest with you; those simulators are way different than flying your FPV drone.
But it's still great training.
It is great training, but I don't know.
And that's going to be more like your little betas and tiny hawks and stuff like that flying around that.
And they're worth the money, Bob, because you can actually see the darn thing when it's away from you in the daylight.
I found out my Ryzen 7 CPU will be here tomorrow.
I want to talk to you about that. What made you decide on that CPU? I mean, how much power do we have to have for video editing, Mitch?
It depends on what program you're using.
Well, let's put it this way.
You want to render too.
You're using that flight simulator. That's got to be using more GPU than I would be using on DaVinci Resolve doing.
Yeah, but you see, a program like Premiere Pro does not even hardly use the GPU. It's all processor. So if you're using Premiere Pro, you want a big ass processor. I don't know whether some of these other editing programs are more GPU heavy or processor heavy. Yeah.
If you have the studio version, it uses the GPU. If you have the free version, it uses your CPU.
Yeah,
that much I do know.
So if you have a big ass computer with a big ass GPU, then you're covered. In all cases.
What's big ass these days?
The Ryzen 9000
with Ryzen 7
with 64 gigs of RAM and the NVIDIA 3090 with 24 gigs of RAM and
$1,500 right there.
And then you need to buy a 10 gauge extension cord to plug the friggin' thing in.
I got a Ryzen 7 with 32 gig of RAM and 8 gig of video.
That's plenty.
Yeah,
should be.
Jim, you got
I use
Adobe to get where you want to go.
Adobe and 2.7 and it runs smooth as can be.
They're saying you should have 8 to 10 at least on the virtual RAM on your GPU.
I'm using the 2700X Ryzen with 16 gigs of RAM and 8 gigs in the video card, and I don't have a problem running anything. So that
there
works.
You go. Mm-hmm. Hey,
Okay.
Jim.
I'm still banging on about this.
Boogie out of here. Gotta get ready for bed. So
thank you, sir.
Take care, Art.
Thanks for
having
Art.
Me. We'll see you.
Good to see you, Mitch. Hey, hello, Mel.
Mel.
Good to see you.
Hello,
everybody. Al, good night.
Mel.
Good night.
Take care, Art.
Good night, Jim.
Can't
Take care,
talk.
everybody.
See ya,
and
mate.
everybody in the chat.
We
Take care.
we can't talk to Mel. He's not blue. He hasn't got a spanner.
I did
What's
so
up?
give make them blue.
Yeah, he fixed it. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I was
See
going
ya.
to ask you what I had to do, and I actually had to sign out and back in to YouTube while I was on StreamYards. How the hell's that possible?
Hey, Mitch,
Oh,
are these
oh,
ones, mate?
That's possible. Once you start the stream on StreamYards, Jim, they're handling the stream. If you
Yeah.
disappear and then come back in again, StreamYards doesn't care. It'll. I don't know how long. Some people say that they'll go for 20 minutes or half an hour and without anything coming from the main host, and then
Yeah.
they'll cut it off. Something like that.
I've seen people leave and forget to hit the end stream button.
You can reboot. I've actually in a couple of my streams actually had to get out and reboot the whole frigging computer and then get back in. And when I got back in, it was right where I left it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Hey,
isn't it?
But
Mitch, these are ones, mate.
Jim, to answer your question,
Yeah.
I'm running a Ryzen 7 2700X that's this Christmas will be 2 years old. It's a 3.7 gigahertz, and I'm pushing 64 gig of RAM with an 8 gig video card. And last night I
8
was
gig.
running Premiere Pro,
Right.
After Effects, Photoshop, and rendering 2.7K video all at the same time.
On 8 gigs of VRAM? That's good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
Matt, go ahead and put that big picture of those batteries up again, so I can. But there you go. What is it?
55
Is
to
it
100C, 550 milliamp, 1S.
550 milliamp? What is the 0.55 supposed to mean?
I don't know what the 0.55 is.
What is the C rating on those? Does it say?
50 to 100?
Those will work fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
those ought to work fine for you.
550, 50 to 100 punch.
Matt, if you didn't like that deal I offered you, I could drop it down to 10 of them, you know.
You're all hot, mate.
This will break your heart, Matt. When I bought a dozen of them, they were on sale last week. I paid $14 for 4 batteries, so I bought 12 of them. So for $43, I got 12 batteries.
Suck.
How much this set going to run you, Matt, off eBay?
91.
$91?
How much is that in American?
Soon find out.
Usually, you figure they're
American.
$5-6. They're usually $5-6 a piece for those little 1S's for a decent battery.
68 US dollars.
God damn.
10
Yeah.
batteries for 68 bucks.
10
$6
batteries, that's
and
$6.80 a piece. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little high, but if that's all you can get where you're at, it's a good price.
That's what it is.
It's crazy, dude.
Carlos, we're just talking about for editing using the GPU. That's what the gigs of virtual RAM were.
So it was $17 just for one battery. Piss off.
What are you trying to do, Matt?
I'm trying to get batteries for my Tiny Hawk.
That looks like a friggin' car battery.
It is. I don't know what that's doing there. These look
That
like the ones.
Let me see that Tiny Hawk pull that up in the air.
Yeah, go full throttle, brother.
Why do they
These
call it
look-
0.55 when it's got 550 million? It's
I don't know what the,
That's the-
0.55
that's what you
amps.
charge
That's
at
what that
normal.
is. 0.55 amps.
If you would charge them on a big charger, you would charge them at 0.55.
Is that any
1C
correlation
charge.
to the 50-100C? Is there any correlation there at all?
No,
No, that's not.
no. C is capacity. The C rating on any LiPo battery tells you how much current it can deliver. So
Yeah.
a 20C battery, when you do a punch, is going to fade. It's going to draw the voltage way down. But a 100C battery will open up like a fire hose and just dump current. And the higher the C rating, the more expensive it is. And C means capacity, Jim. So a 550 milliamp battery, okay, at 1C will give you 550 milliamps out. At 100C, it'll give you 55 amps out.
Well, how do I know? What does that determine? Like the punch out, the usage of the drone?
Yeah, if you're flying a race quad where you need that when you hit the throttle, you need that thing to just like go to scream. You want 100C battery. You want something that'll just dump current like it's running through 10 AWG wire.
Right.
Yeah,
That'll take you to warp 9 in a blink of an eye.
yeah. But if you're flying like an RC airplane that might only maximum draw 20 amps, and you can get by with a 20C battery because you never need that. You got one motor drawing 20 amps maximum at full throttle. You're never going to draw more than 20 amps than a 20C battery, or a 15C, 30C is more than enough. See, that's why we can't use the lipos in these things, because lipos have higher capacities. They're more.
Oh, you mean the Lion?
The Lion, I mean, they're more energy dense, but they can't deliver high amp loads. They 10C maybe.
Yeah, they go flat. Yeah,
they go flat. But if you got a little, like those little fixed wings that I fly that have little tiny motors in them that never draw more than 5 amps, you put a lithium ion in those things, and you can fly them for an hour.
That's why they're playing with them on these little 3-inch,
exactly,
4-inch little cruisers that are just for long range going cruising. They're not doing a lot of fast stuff. They're just out for a long range cruise and whatnot. They're using it for that for big long flights.
Yeah, but you put one of those lithium ion cells on a race quad, a 5-inch race quad, it'd perform like shit.
Carlos doesn't give a crap about the C rating.
He said, just put the battery in and fly it.
Well,
for smaller drones like the Tiny Hawk and stuff like that, it's not as important probably. I mean, but if you're lifting a 4, 5, 600 gram 5-inch or 700 or 800 gram 5-inch, and you want it to punch, and you need it to react, then you need to be able to have a battery that's going to deliver the current for you.
It's like having a deep cell marine battery. Is that what you're saying? The extra's there when you need it.
That's
For a short
it's
time.
like, no, what C rating is more analogous to, Jim, is what they call cold cranking power.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
on the top of my car battery.
Yeah,
640.
If your car battery says 600 amps cold cranking power, that means it's got a high C rating.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, Mitch.
Yeah.
Excellent analogy.
Did you see my last one? RC Fun Diversions. I don't know. I haven't been on this thing much.
So did I miss all the chatter about the new drone?
Yeah.
There's a new drone?
You mean the Enterprise deal?
Yeah.
Nah, or the FPV. Which one?
No, the new FLIR Enterprise from DJI with the 512 radiometric camera on it.
Yeah, we had that on there, and
I ordered
with its RTK.
4 of them. I ordered 4 of them, Mel. I think it's going to be like $40,000 or something like that.
Okay, cool.
I told him to bill you.
He's going to do it for giveaways.
As long as one's got my shipping address on it, I'm good with that.
I'd like to see the price on that. What was the Skydio 2? Was that $7,000? I think it was $7,000. That Enterprise edition of the Skydio.
I've never seen a price listed for that one.
I wonder. I remember that because they also wanted to sell you. There's also stuff that goes with it. They also wanted to sell you a software package with it. Skydio Enterprise is what I would call
video editing software and stuff to run their 4K and all that kind of stuff.
I think very few of us in this drone community of ours are really potential customers for these $8,000-$10,000 drones.
No, you know what? And I've lost faith in them after I saw what they did. Yeah.
After your experience, I'm surprised you will even utter their name.
You know, and I'm wondering. That's what I wonder with their FPV drone. I've heard so many guys talking about it. What's going to be the backup plan when you crash that?
That's going to be such a disaster. I just see
there was
disaster.
a picture on Facebook. Did you guys see that picture on Facebook with it crash?
No, I didn't see that.
The gimbal was disconnected. It was all destroyed.
Can I ask you? can I ask a couple here, right? So Mitch and Mitch and Al, Mitch and Al, you got FPV too, haven't you, Mel?
Oh,
Yeah,
Night
okay.
Train. Mike's the real
Mike is Mr.
FPV.
FPV,
Yeah. So we've got some FPV boys here. Now, I want to know, because when I'm flying my Tiny Hawk, I like to see the pitch. So it's obviously with your camera. You can see your pitch and how far down you're going and all that sort of shit. And it makes it easier to level it out yourself and all sorts of shit.
And to know where you are, right?
Yeah. So the camera on this DJI one, apparently it moves and stays horizontal. And gives you no idea.
I don't think it's a gimbal. It's not designed to stay horizontal. It's designed to allow you to move it on the Z on
Instead of having
the Z axis.
Tighten, it does it on a gimbal. So
Yeah.
you can set it however you want it.
And basically, what you do is when you start flying that thing, if you want to go slow, you would lower the camera angle down. If you
So
say,
you can
I want to rip around at 100 miles an hour, then you'd put the camera angle up 40, 50 degrees.
Right, so it doesn't automatically stay wherever you put it.
No, that'd be useless.
Exactly.
That'd be useless. You may as well fly a Mavic if that's what you want.
Crashing into the ground.
Yeah, I'm not talking
But
about a 3-axis. You would.
I'm gonna bet that that's gonna be adjustable from the controller,
Oh yeah, of course.
Like,
and
like a gimbal
you
adjustment.
can set it to what you want, and then go fly. And if you want to fly faster, then you have to raise the gimbal up a little so you can see.
That'll be the
Otherwise,
question.
you'll be
is if
looking
you
at the
can
ground.
change
Or,
during flight. If you
I bet
change
you can.
during flight, that could be cool.
Yeah,
I'm
and that's
gonna
what.
bet that that's what they're gonna do
For
with it.
cinematic
Oh,
stuff,
I
that would
agree,
be
Mel.
really cool.
The latest I saw is, a lot of people were saying it was a 2-axis gimbal, and it's not. It's not even a gimbal. It's just a remote, just like tilting your camera down on your Mavic or tilting your camera up and down. You can set it where you want.
You just don't have a screw to
And-
tighten it.
Anything more doesn't make sense.
Right.
No, not on an FPV drone. It
Right.
doesn't, because you want the camera to follow the motion of the drone. That's why you want to fly FPV, so you can bank and you can pitch up and pitch down.
And Night Train, they make micro servos,
Right?
okay, that you can plug into a receiver, and you could probably even wire a micro servo, Mitch, couldn't you, off a regular receiver?
Oh, you could.
Gyroscope.
You could build this into an
And
FPV
that's
quad
just
if
like
you wanted.
Andy
Sure.
Arcee
and
did
put a
with the
tilt
tracking mode and
camera.
whatnot on his camera on the air.
No,
Now.
we do that. We do that on the fixed wings.
Yeah.
We put a camera up front with a tilt and pan. One servo for the pan, one servo
Well,
for
yeah,
the
but
tilt,
The
and
goggles
3D.
have a module bay for tracking on there, so you can
Yeah.
get the tracking.
Yeah, you get the
device
head tracking.
with a
It's-
pan with your head with the goggles
Yeah.
and everything, so you can actually fly, look out the side windows.
Well, the DJI goggles will do that. They have head tracking. The white goggles.
Yeah, some of them have it built in, but most of them have the bay, even if they don't have it built in. They've got the bay so that you can get the head tracking module.
Yeah, head tracking is. There's a guy right now flying a jet, an RC jet, and he's got the camera mounted in the pilot's head. Okay, the camera's actually sitting in the pilot's head. So instead of a face, you see the lens of the camera. But he's got the pilot will actually turn and go up and down in the cockpit. And as he's flying along, he's got head tracking on his goggles. So he puts the goggles on and he takes off, and then he just looks around, and the little pilot in the airplane looks around. It's the coolest thing.
They're great. I love that footage. I've seen a lot of them in like Mustangs and all sorts of shit.
Yep.
And they're flying their nitro jets or whatever they're doing, and even to the fact that the hand, it works on a joystick too inside the cockpit.
Yeah, on some of these big scale models, they go crazy with
Unbelievable
that stuff. Yeah.
I love that shit, man. It's awesome. And when you're coming into land and all, looks to the left over the wing. Oh, there's the runway. Poof, off you go. Start banking.
You know,
Fantastic.
as Mel was saying, do you want that camera self-adjusting?
No,
Not
No.
self-adjusting.
No.
You want to be able to
Not for your
control it.
standard
no, you want it
FPV
to
flight.
stay where you put it.
Let's get Carlos.
But just one crash that you're done with that thing, right?
Oh,
If that
no.
thing
One
more
breaks,
second,
then you're
Jim.
done.
I can't imagine because it's all going to be proprietary, right? I mean, the only place you're going to be able to get
All the way
parts
down
is
to the
from
goggles. The goggles
Yeah.
are a whole new goggle set and everything.
Number 2, goggles number 2.
So
I wonder
it's-
how much they are different than the first one, other than having larger journal memory.
I don't know
think
because
that-
they're using the
I think
same
that's stored
thing.
memory.
I think the goggles will be cross-compatible. I think that
I do too.
I can't imagine. I think that the
But it says
the
right
goggles
on
that
them, DJI goggles too.
well, they're going to add a couple. They're going to make a few
It's
changes
probably
to the
updated,
goggles.
like HDO2s and HDOs.
Yeah, but I don't think they're changing
Carlos?
the basic way that it connects with the receiver. And they didn't come out with a new air unit. Did you notice that?
Right.
There was
That's
no
why I
FCC
think-
filing for
some
a
of the
new air
That's
unit.
why I
people
think
didn't
the
like about
goggles
the
will be
first version
interchangeable.
and
Yeah.
upgraded them.
All right, can I
Carlos?
throw in my 2 cents? Good evening.
But I
No.
can't afford none of their
Gentlemen.
crap, so it don't matter, right?
Why do you guys pay so much attention to the C rating? Seriously, or do you really pay
When
that
you're-
much
when
attention?
you're
Not on
flying
a
a
not on a
5-inch
one,
or a
Carlos. Not
6-inch,
on a
No,
one.
no, no,
rating.
no. On the 1S batteries, when
No,
when-
anything
Well,
over
that don't matter.
anything over 50, you won't have any problem, and
Just-
you'd be hard pressed.
that's what
to
I'm saying.
find-
Just buy it, Matt.
Look,
Shop, buy,
see,
and fly. And
The darn
consider
happy model
1S batteries.
batteries are only 3060C.
That's what I'm saying.
They come
But I'm
with your
just
Mobiles
considering
Well,
and
that's
those-
but
whatnot.
but Mike, they're designed for a really tiny little whoop with.
This is
Yeah.
this is for the Mobula 7.
Is it really?
75
Yeah,
millimeter.
but two. You have to use 2 of them.
Use
you
two
can
of
use
them.
one or two on the Mobula
Yeah,
7. You can do 1S on 300. But yeah, 30
Carlos,
to
that's what
60.
you're flying, right? Those last series of videos you made with
The
the
Mobula
HD cameras.
6.
That's
Mobula
Mobula
6
6.
HD, it's
It's even
65
smaller.
millimeter. Yep,
It's
10
smaller,
millimeter
heavier.
smaller.
It's actually harder to handle.
The reason that I was asking the question about that is because obviously it's on the original batteries there for a reason, and I wanted to match that. Now, obviously, just coming into the FPV Bizzo and just working out what's what and what does what and what means what. I wasn't sure of what the ratings were and all this sort of shit, so I just wanted to match the ratings that were on the original batteries.
Let me let you in on. Let me let
It's
you in
not
on
that
a big
important,
secret.
and I don't believe
No,
those
not
ratings
only
are
that, Carlos.
Ratings
that
are
radius.
junk.
Yeah, they're not honest.
Mike, you got it. Those ratings, they got some guy, some Chinaman over there in the factory. They say, "How much is this battery?" And he holds it up and says, "Well, let's make this an 80C." And then
Right.
the next,
I've
most
even
of
seen
them are-
above. I've seen above 100C, right?
Yeah, and some of those
Yeah,
100C
20
batteries,
days.
if you really tested them, would be 30C, and some of the 30C batteries might be 50C.
That's why I'm saying don't pay so much attention, especially if you're just learning. Just put the battery in and fly and
For-
fly and
for-
fly and fly.
For
and
the
fly.
Tiny Hawk.
And
Seriously,
they've been in
Matt,
it for a long time.
that's
Now
going to be
you-
the key for you learning is not the 1S battery that you get, but the time that you put in.
That's
When
right.
you're
That's
in
it.
it for a
That's
long
why
time, you'll
you see
also
Drone
find that
Bum how he progressed so quickly is because we would go out and I would just put batteries and go just keep flying, just keep flying. We do 20 some odd batteries in a sitting, and
When you
And then we
switch
did
to
it the
this,
same.
Matt, it matters.
that's a whole
Okay.
different story.
Yeah.
No, 1S.
Until then, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Being
just-
in for a long time, I've killed lots of batteries, and you'll find that those battery companies put a label on the outside of the battery, and it may not be true to form.
Yeah.
When you start pulling those batteries apart,
Just
the battery
keep
pack
flying,
inside
just
is
keep
labeled.
flying. Remember
If
when
you
Dory
check
sang
the
"Just Keep
ratings and
Swimming"?
stuff.
just keep swimming. Who do you think who makes batteries for RDQ? GMB or all of these
Yeah,
companies?
GNB.
does, but,
I know that for a
is
fact.
is,
Right. So then
tattoo.
it's just a label.
Pyro uses
One-
tattoo batteries, but they're like the old tattoo cheap batteries that they get, at a good cheap price, old stock that's sitting around.
Well, not
5
only that,
seconds,
Mike.
1 second. Mike or Jim, thanks
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the invite. I'm going to jump so that you don't have to play so much Jungle Jim box video crap. Everybody have a good evening.
All right, Mel. Good to
Good
see you,
night.
buddy.
Talk to
See ya,
you later.
Mel. Take care. bud.
Like,
Thank you.
There's another factor, Mike and Al, and that is the fact that regardless of who the battery manufacturer is, they all buy their cells from
yeah,
one or two
there's only 2 or 3
manufacturers.
companies out
Yeah,
there.
that actually make cells, and they make different grades. They make different grades of good, better, best. So you have to find a battery. Either listen to what other people say about whether batteries are any good, or experiment with them. There's so
Matt-
many different brands, but if you get into the guts of them, they all come out of the same place anyway. Like paint, when you buy paint at Home Depot, it's not made by Home Depot. Maybe they contract with Sherwin-Williams. for their
Not only that, but when you buy like products like mowing from Home Depot, it's not mowing from regular mowing. It's mowing made just for Home Depot. Did you know
Yeah,
that?
it's like Best Buy. They have versions that are just for
Yeah,
them.
just for
Yeah,
them.
it's not the actual whatever. But Matt, seriously, because that's how I learned, is just by putting in the time.
Hey, Dan.
Don't worry too much about the C ratings and just have fun. And I will tell you, don't try to do the rolls and the flips that everybody wants to do in the beginning. Just master going forward, backwards, left, and not backwards, forward, left, and right. If you're going backwards, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But that's not, you know what I'm saying. Put in the time, learn the basics, and you'll see the rest will come.
Only so much you can do with 2 batteries.
Well, that too, yeah. You gotta.
Those are good batteries, Mike. Those R lines. I just started using some 854 cells.
If you look at the construction of the battery,
Hello, drum
they're
pool.
exactly the same battery throughout. Tattoo and Ovonic basically are the same cells. Just
Ovanic's a good battery.
Yeah,
Ovanic's
they're
a good
bad.
battery. It's a. Have you had luck with the
Yeah, the
Ovanic's,
construction
Mike?
of them is
I
the
have
same.
no problems.
Just a different label basically on the battery, but it's same pretty much manufacturer overall. The exact construction, the way the cables come out of the batteries, everything.
You know, they say these China Hobby Line batteries are good, and they're cheap as hell.
What I want to know is, how does DJI
They're
get the
heavier, though.
stranglehold? How does
China
DJI
Hobby
get the
Line's heavier than
stranglehold
the
on these
Ovonic.
companies? Like Tattoo, China Hold, whatever the hell, because they're not using a brand name. How do they get them to make the batteries and then they end of line a product and we can't buy the batteries for the drone?
Well, they just buy the cells. DJI just buys the cells from a lipo cell manufacturer and assembles their own pack in their plastic case with their intelligent circuitry.
So they got somebody flow soldering that intelligent circuitry.
Well,
I guess where I'm getting at.
DJI is assembling their own packs, or they're contracting somebody to assemble their packs.
Can I ask Matt a question? Matt, you're shopping for batteries. How many extra props do you have for your tiny hook?
I've got about 6 sets for it.
Oh, there you go.
That's
See
key
that extra
also.
length on there, Mitch?
Is
That's
that-
the extra weight on that battery. That's the difference between an Ovonics and the China Hobby Line size-wise.
Are they both
It's
the
like
same?
an extra 15, 20 grams on your quad for the same size battery.
Which one? The China Hobby Line is a
Onyx is-
bigger, heavier battery with the
Yeah.
same capacity. Yeah.
Yep.
But a lot of guys are claiming the blacks, the 1500
Yeah, the
100C
CNHL
blacks, and they've been giving them away. I've seen those 15 for like $17, man.
Yeah.
Grayson Hobby had a
But
deal.
I
don't know if they still have
got
it.
I got 1500 4 cells. I don't need any more batteries. But they keep coming up with these prices.
Jim, did you see my office flight with Paul? That was cool, right?
Oh, we loved it. We played it next to John Coopy's.
Yeah.
The Office?
Yeah.
That's
Really?
the one- is that what Paulie spread his
No,
legs?
no,
No. But anyway,
I'll pull that up then, Carlos. Pull it up.
yeah, what I was going to say is I
There's
got
one.
permission from the guy to do it, and I did it, but I told him, well, I didn't tell him, but I said, is it all right if I put it on YouTube? He goes, yeah, no problem. So what I did is when I flew, I did everything I could not to get the name of the company in. Anyway, I made an unlisted video. I sent it to him. He liked it. He goes, oh, you should have got the name and I could use it for a promo.
Well, there's a job for you. There's a
Yeah,
job for
now I
you.
gotta go back.
Then you'll be
Go
looking
get
at
you go out, get a 107 license, and you're in
No,
business.
I'll
Like
give
I
it
say,
to
then
no,
you'll be
I
asking
don't
Philly
need money
Joan
for it.
Life
He
for
could use it. I'm not going to
questions
go
on
through all
lawyers.
that. I'll get Paul to do all the editing.
Hey,
We'll just-
Jim.
We go somewhere to fly and have fun and be indoors. What else can you ask?
Jim, you know you're going to be pushed into FPV because the
I
whole
know.
community is becoming an This is becoming an FPV stream.
Even
It's
Matt
so
went
cool.
to FPV.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
It's
only
so
one
cool.
person on the panel that doesn't fly FPV that I
Yeah.
see right now.
It's the host.
That's because I have the biggest man card.
No, but seriously, man, that footage combined with Mavic footage will make a great video.
Oh, I'm about to do that. I'm going to. I am planning on taking my Mavic and some quads out to the beach, where there's some pretty scenery, and actually, and starting with some predetermined music. Okay, in my headphones as I fly the quad
Do
to
it.
try to
That's what I do.
choreograph the flight, the FPV part of the flight, to the music itself, rather than
Yeah,
cut it in post. That'd
Yeah,
be fun.
Maybe what?
So, Chuck,
That's
Jim,
what I
you got,
do, man.
you
I
got somebody
hear
with a
bugs.
long name in there. Koyo Action, is that what that says?
Covocation
that's Chuck.
dronography.
Chuck,
Koyo Action. I
Chuck,
don't know.
Chuck bought my Mavic 2 Zoom for his wife.
Ah, there
When
you
I
go.
sold it.
Hello, Chuck.
With him.
Chuck's not blue. That's why
Oh,
So we going to see your footage, Carlos? Or
I put it up. I think it's up to now Jim to
It's a
put
good
it up.
video.
wait, is it up?
I put it in the chat. I don't have it
I don't see it here.
in the chat.
no,
Drop
you got to
the link
share
in the
your
chat.
screen, Carlos.
Oh, I
Share
have
your
to get
screen.
the SD card in. I don't have that. I thought he. All right, hold on.
Oh,
let me find it.
He put it in so you could play it from YouTube.
Well,
Jim.
pull it up in a
Put it
browser
the
and then share that.
Let me see if I can find
I
it.
see
I got it
Matt.
there, Jim.
There you go.
That's it.
That's a cool flight, flying indoors in an office.
Yeah.
We'd love to do that
Yeah,
one
it's
day.
a nice office spot. I was
Totally
looking
empty
and looking.
and
I'm like,
just
where the
all
heck's
for
the
us.
fish tank? I know he's in there to do fish work or whatever. Where is it at? It's in the
Check-
darn room,
check out
just around the
the-
corner where he doesn't go.
The big wig's office, though. Check out how many
Yeah.
monitors he has set up.
You know what?
I'll be
That
impressed with
guy's a
that.
very wealthy man, but he's a good
sure
guy.
of it.
I've known him forever. He's a normal person. He has 4 children. When I first knew him, he had 1 in diapers. Now that kid in diapers graduated college, and that the company is named Joseph Gunner. Those are the name of his kids.
What are they doing there?
Stocks.
okay.
What do they call it? Investment banking.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dude. Dude, let me tell you something, man. You know, what was your feed like on your goggles?
Oh, nothing like what we're seeing.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't
have a lot
imagine
more
that.
static.
Absolutely.
If you,
flying
if
good,
you
yeah.
look at Drone Bum's footage, I'll try to bring that up of the same flight. It's similar to what he saw. This is the
Look at
big
this
wigs.
office.
There's the
Look
fish
at the
tank in the
monitors.
corner.
Holy shit.
Mitch thought he had a few monitors.
Yeah, should know him well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the
Yeah.
boss with the 6 monitors on his desk?
Yeah.
Sucked
He
to
just
the
bought.
ceiling.
He just bought the new. The is it called? Not the Touareg. Anyway, the electric Porsche.
What kind of
Tesla?
business is?
I'm telling you, he's an
is,
investment banker,
The
stockbroker kind of guy.
Me too,
No,
Brian.
no, the electric Porsche. Whatever the new electric Porsche is, he bought it, or he leased it. Those are all the times, different time zones. I try to get that in. This is my first crash. Sorry.
What did you crash into? I don't see anything.
The end of the table. There's Paul.
Oh,
Paul was working on his quad.
that was nice going between the monitors there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I tried to do the other ones, but it wasn't that easy.
Here, Jim, I'm gonna send you one too. So when you, let me know when you put that
But
that
I
up
mean,
there.
can you imagine? You go to work, you're having fun at the same time, and then you get to hang out. And then right after that, we went to do the Rockefeller Center tree. Did you see that one, Jim?
That was a cool
I'm
one.
sorry, not the tree. The tree by the New York Stock Exchange. I'll put that one up.
Hey, Carlos, shut
Yes,
up.
yes. No,
Shut
you
up so I
first.
can get a word in edgewise. This is
Oh, hey, this isn't your show, there,
listens to
buddy.
Mitch.
Chill.
well, it ain't your show either. This I was doing. I wanted to show this.
No, I know.
This is
You just got something to say.
this is the little tiny
Let
hawk.
Mitch
This
talk,
is
will you guys? I mean, you
Jesus
keep
Christ,
interrupting him.
man.
He's gonna keep
Mute him, will you? Just mute everybody.
Watch his blood pressure go.
Yeah.
I'm going to be quiet.
Mitch's blood pressure is gonna go off the roof.
This is the little Tiny Hawk 2 race.
What is it now?
The Tiny Hawk 2 race.
I can't tell because it says Tiny Hawk 2 race on the
Right.
screen.
I know. Well, I just wanted to clarify that. But it's running 2S. Okay.
How many S's?
Two
And,
S's.
what's the C rating on that?
This is
Carlos
running.
wants to know.
This is running 2 of those Crazy Pony 650s, 50C.
Carlos was very concerned about the C rating.
I know. I don't know why he's so fixed on that C rating.
Who's flying this?
He ought to just, Carlos ought to just go out and buy batteries and fly.
He'd
Who's
have
flying
fun.
this one? Mitch, who's flying this? You are?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Mitch
Oh,
is
that's
flying.
great.
Mitch, can I ask a question? I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't interrupt.
This is.
Don't
I
interrupt.
gotta ask. I gotta ask.
Damn, Al. Wow.
Damn,
Yeah,
even
that
on
is-
somebody's
That was your
show.
one question, Al. Sorry,
Oh,
you're
Got
done.
people
It's
nervous.
rough out there,
Oh,
isn't it,
shit.
Carlos?
All right.
Al, don't interrupt, mate.
Son of a
Sorry
bitch,
about
Al.
that.
Holy Christ. I
My
can't believe you
question's
interrupted Mitch.
insignificant. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
I forgot my question. I forgot.
Jim, you need to sign up for that pro version of StreamYard so you can get 10 guys in here at one time.
You
yeah.
even
Oh,
got,
God.
you got him nervous down there. Come on.
Was it about? Was it
You
about
made him
the
forget his
writing?
question.
We're not
Was it about
stomping
the-
on each other good enough now. We need 10 people in
Yeah.
here.
Was it
But
about the
this is-
C rating, Al?
How many C's is it, Al?
I don't see anything.
I see.
I'm like Carlos, man. I don't know anything about that C shit. I just want to fly.
I love playing with Carlos, man. We'll get on Mitch's stream and just be in the chat or something, picking on Paulie or picking on Mitch. If you interrupt Mitch, he'll start that same sentence 10 times.
Okay, so be calm, dude.
He'll shoot you.
Yep.
He did take control of his stream the other day. I watched.
Yeah, I had to.
He lassoed motherfuckers up in the panel.
Hey,
That's funny as hell.
I'm
Grown
old,
men.
man. You know, I'm old. With age comes privilege, man. At least I want to believe that.
Now, I do remember my question. I was being a smartass. Is this the drone that Rick Halber sent you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a little, but it's
All
the
I
tiny.
know is that ever since Brian, BMAC aerial visuals, ever since he started talking about the Triple Tech monitor, now all I see is everybody making videos about the Triple Tech monitor.
It's an expensive little monitor too.
$600,
No, I
1,200
know.
nits. Brian
What's
was
a
on
mitt other than something you catch a baseball with?
Knit,
Knit.
N-I-T.
Oh, knit. Okay,
brightness
got it.
level.
Okay, that, yeah.
Oh, see,
They
now
get
I thought it was-
technical.
But Carlos,
Carlos,
thought it was the most-
I did this
Well, I
for you,
think-
Carlos. It's full of, look, this is full of right turns,
I saw that.
trees,
And not only
everything.
tree gaps, but fast tree gaps.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can't go in between monitors like Carlos
Boom.
did. Carlos went in between displays.
Controlled
he crashed.
landings.
Sort of a pile of crashes. Oh shit.
Jim, you saw the link I left up there? On the chat, rather? If not, I'll do it again.
I can't. I
Jim
can't
doesn't
put the
pay
links
attention.
in.
to that.
No, I can't put the links in. It throws me off of this thing.
Oh,
I don't know. I
you
tried to
posted
put the link Carlos put in for the Mavic 2 Enterprise, and it threw me off StreamYard.
gotcha. Let me see if I find it another way then.
I had to actually come back in, and thankfully Google said, "Do you want to restore?" Here's Matt's flight.
That's the one.
This
Oh,
is
the Wall
cool right
Street,
here.
the Wall Street flight. I'll tell you, the
really
video out of that little camera is pretty
Yeah.
good.
I
Now,
can't believe that
really
it flies what it flies like for 65 millimeter. And you see the little bit of wind.
Also, take a look at the scaffolding. Look at the scaffolding. I was going to talk about that tonight. Perfect play.
A good segue.
In 1979, one person got hit from a brick falling off the building, got killed, and now every 5 years, the buildings have to be inspected. So what do? They just build scaffolding and leave it there because it costs too much money to bring it down and put them back up in 5 years.
You want to hear a scam? The guy in the office, when his lease was up and the owner took over, they raised his lease. And when he asked him why, he goes, more square footage. He goes, where? He charged him for the overhang on the outside, like outside the window.
Unbelievable.
Grab
It's
it while you
amazing.
can.
That's funny.
It's a true story. You can't make this stuff. Yeah, this is like one of the only people that saw my little drone.
So this is, yeah, wow. So that's that tiny little thing you're doing in the mall and all that sort of stuff.
You thought
Yeah.
about chasing him, didn't you?
A
You
little
thought
bit.
about chasing the guy.
But then the
Tap your
battery.
legs while he's walking, Carlos.
Through his legs, brother.
You know, I landed here. I didn't think anything of it, but now that I look at the video, it looks like dog piss.
Yeah,
Or,
been there.
or homeless.
Actually,
looks
that
like
street's
dog
cleaner
piss.
than I thought it would have been.
Actually, I
Carlos,
did
are you
make
flying
it
with a
for-
Tango 2?
No, just my little. What do they call this? The X Light.
Oh, okay. This is cool. Just that
Yeah,
area.
this is
right
footage
there.
you wouldn't see because they banned drone flight.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
any,
that's
you have
now
any
my
caring-
next
Any
flight is to
parents
find
comment?
the bull. I need to find bull, and then I want to fly by that building down the block, and I want to come here in the early morning where that tree is lit up at night. Or
You mean the
early
Wall
morning.
Street Bowl?
Yes,
Okay.
it still does
Carlos,
exist, right?
Here's,
Yeah,
here's the big question.
Go ahead, sir.
Carlos.
Yes, sir.
Would you have done this flight without Paulie there?
Yes, he just made it easier.
Okay.
Carlos,
here-
Carlos has balls.
I
Now
thought the
here I was
steam
going to
coming out
try
of
to
the
go up.
drain.
I was going to try to go up in the rafters, but I changed my mind. I saw
I thought
somebody.
the steam coming out of the drain was only in the movies.
What
No,
was that?
What are you talking
What-
about?
What is that coming out of the drain? Steam?
steam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
steam.
what are they, subway vents?
Subways, sewers. Who knows?
Oh,
Con Edison.
You
Oh,
Aussie guys don't know about that.
You see this stiff little
It's
chick
always
right
come
here.
up.
Right?
They got heaters in the subway air
It's
system.
like that down in Detroit too. You get all the steam
Yeah.
coming out of the
Flew right over her head. No idea.
She don't even give a shit. Typical New Yorker.
Yeah, as I say, New
Yeah,
Yorkers. New Yorkers, they don't give a shit. They
I'm
swat it
surprised
away
they
like it
don't
was a
care.
fly.
Yeah,
You know?
no
Surprised
idea.
anybody even looked. Yeah.
You could orbit her head 3 feet around, and she would just keep walking, looking at her cell phone. You know.
It didn't bother the construction workers down there on the edge.
They had no idea. You don't hear it at all. And
I mean,
then
you were like 3 feet from the one guy when you come up onto the corner or whatever. You're sitting there working. He didn't even pick
They
it
don't
up
care.
for nothing.
Look at that.
They've got ones that are closed down there too, Brian. They're so old.
what are you talking about?
Subway
Subways?
lines, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, them stories down.
What I love is you look up the water system that goes into Manhattan. That thing's as old as the hills, man. Comes from upstate New York reservoirs.
But I think
Old
they
as
have
fuck,
machines that scrub the pipes, right? Don't they have like big scrubbers? No.
Ugh, those were old clay pipes, man. I don't know if they've
And I
ever
think
gone
they're
back
still-
in.
I think they're still digging new ones.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they've ever gone back in and recoated it or whatever.
Mhm.
Put new linings in.
But not for nothing, we do have pretty good water here.
Yeah, it used to be number one. I
Yeah.
remember when Koch was saying that. Number one in the country, water tasting.
Better than the water in California. Water that comes out of California tap looks like milk.
I've
Really?
heard of.
But I remember as a kid. Oh yeah, well, I remember as a kid getting New York. The water came out was, the faucet in New York was crystal clear.
I know that some places in Jersey and maybe even other states have gone out of their way to get water from New York to make their pizza and bagels
Yes.
because it actually makes a difference.
Reverse.
They tried that. They tried that down here with making Philly cheesesteaks. They tried to bring the water in too from up north. It didn't make any
Didn't do
difference.
it. Yeah.
No.
You know where
You're
I
not
felt
hating on it.
I felt cheated, and I'm not trying. I don't know if this sounds funny. I went to a sushi restaurant and expected the guy to do all that sushi stuff, but I got like a Spanish dude doing it. I wanted it like authentic. I was like, wait a minute, this is
Benihana.
all right.
Carlos goes to a
Benihana
Puerto
has that
Rican.
shit.
Well, that's what you get for going to a Puerto Rican sushi
Excuse
restaurant.
me, but it was in Florida, in Orlando, and I went to visit my son.
Oh, man.
And I got
That's funny.
cheated. I got freaking Jose
That's
flipping the
funny.
freaking egg and cutting it on his head.
Jose.
I was hoping for whatever. Young. How about you, Mitch? Any flying, or the weather's not conducive?
I flew Sunday. I'm going out. It was overcast this morning, but I'm hoping tomorrow. We're supposed to. We had a little front go through today, but the winds look like they're going to be great. So, I don't know.
But I mean, if you
gotta
have
drag this guy out there with you,
Jim,
you're the host. Yeah,
I
he
keep
lives right
trying.
by
He doesn't. He sleeps till noon every day, though.
is that a
I
fact,
went to
Jim?
bed
Why
at
didn't
7 a.m. this morning.
Wow.
It's a royal
Jesus
pain in the
Christ.
ass not being able to sleep.
Do you read? You ever try reading?
No, I put on I put on the same movie, so my brain doesn't have to think. And I
I'll
Oh,
show
shut
man.
you
the,
what helps me sleep.
What are you
Wanna
living
know
your
what
own?
helps me sleep?
You're
I
living
shut
your
the
own
TV.
Groundhog Day. That's what it,
pretty much.
that's what it sounds like.
I just
Yikes.
play the
watch-
same
I watch
movie and I
Matt's
shut the TV
videos.
off. Oh, Al
Put
says he watched Matt's videos to go to sleep.
Put on
Yeah,
put
but
on
they
one of
feel
your construction
cinematography.
videos, Jim. Put on one of your construction videos and play it over and over and over again. And pretty soon you'll
I
go to
know.
sleep.
It's tough to make them interesting, brother. I hear you.
I
hear
try.
you.
I like to watch my own live streams after I do it. You know, like a lot of guys do, just to see how big a fool you made of yourself. And
You see how we
and-
goof?
and-
You see how
and
we
they-
mess with you when you leave the room
yeah, I
for
know.
a minute or
Oh
two?
yeah, I see all of that. But
Okay,
and
just making
but
sure.
I'll get in bed and I'll put it on in the bedroom. And damn, if my own live streams don't put me to sleep, and I don't know if that's really a good thing to. So try that, Jim. Watch one of your live streams, see if it puts you to sleep.
Someone was saying the other
You know,
day,
that's an idea.
we give out way too much information about ourselves in these live streams.
Who cares?
Yeah, that's my attitude, and like I really don't give a crap. I got enough problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What
They
could
say-
What do you
possibly
mean by
go
that,
wrong?
Jim?
I don't know. It was like a security
what?
issue.
Well,
Oh,
it
it's,
depends if you got anything to hide or not. I mean, they tell me, Google, I get this thing once a month from Google that says, this is where you went last month. And you can go in there and every friggin' on a map, every place you went, every day, there's lines that just go like this and show you where you were. And they go, aren't you worried that Google's going to know where you went? I said, what do I care? I'm nothing to
Best
hide.
Marigold
I'm
Hotel.
not doing anything wrong. Not like
The
I was
best
robbing a
Marigold
bank or
Hotel. I
something.
turn that on and I shut the TV off so the screen isn't on, and then it's just in my headphones. And then I try and go to sleep. I used to watch John Wayne, Red River. I used to watch Red River over and over because I know the movie. I can tell you each word from each character, so my brain doesn't have to think about it. So
Did you try some white noise or one of those babbling brook audio things?
I would throw that thing out the window. I can't deal with that. No.
Jim,
Matt-
Valium,
Matt?
Valium,
Video.
Valium.
Matt's videos.
Jim, have you ever
Quaalude.
taken a Valium?
Yes.
A 5 milligram Valium didn't help.
They do, but the
Sometimes
only
I do
problem
that.
with medications like Valium and Xanax are your body gets used to them real quick.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
about,
now,
what about
not,
vodka?
not to
Yeah.
push illegal substances. Have you ever tried a CBD, either oil or a joint?
No.
Would you?
I,
You wouldn't consider it?
I don't know. I don't.
What would be the issue? The legality of it? Because isn't sleep maybe worth it? I don't know. That's the only reason I'm saying it. That's
Yeah,
the
I know.
only
Good point,
reason.
Carlos.
It's like some people say I don't take pain medicine, but why suffer through pain if you can take something and maybe go through a few hours of relief? I'm not big on it either, taking stuff.
I'll tell you, these doctors love to hack you up so they get that money and then put you on a lifetime of pain medications.
Right.
And that's the biggest pain in the ass in the world.
They have a Benadryl, but it's not Benadryl. That's a sleep aid. But I forget what it's called right now. Zequel? Something like that.
The cheap one is
Advil PM?
diphenhydramine.
Right.
The generic is diphenhydramine. 12 and 25
That sounds safe.
milligrams.
What about
Diphenhydramine?
What
cocaine?
doesn't
Right.
sound safe is a chemical
gotta be
that has to
safe.
be
Jim can
frozen at
pronounce it.
70 degrees below zero and then injected into you. That doesn't sound safe.
Jim,
What the
I
hell?
just said it.
Minus
420.
74.
What about 420?
Yeah, I don't do that. Don't do that
What
stuff.
about take? Not
I
even
get-
edible?
I get blood tested
Ooh,
You ain't a paramedic anymore, though.
What do you get tested for?
to
If
make
I may
sure
ask.
I'm taking the medications I was given.
Gotcha.
Because-
Are those psychotic medications?
Because it only takes one drug addict or one person flying incorrectly or one person driving incorrectly to make them make new laws. So every 90 days, my blood is tested. And every 30 days, I have to go in for my prescriptions. It's one doctor, one prescription, one pharmacy. That's it. Don't have back surgeries, boys.
Jim, you're a by the book guy, huh?
I have no choice. That's it. It's that or put a bullet through my head. I mean, they enjoyed doing the surgery so much. I hope they really like that money. No job is worth back surgery. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't like any. I know one person, one of my clients from many years ago did a back surgery and it paralyzed him from the waist down.
I've actually had that
No thanks.
cauterized. The nerves cauterized.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I would never
didn't
do
know,
a
I didn't know
major
you had
surgery,
that
ever.
back ordeal.
Yeah, I had 4 back fusion surgeries.
Holy cow.
Wow.
And the
Jesus.
Have you
problem
ever
is,
tried
once you have
acupuncture?
the one above and the one below, weaken. And after 10 years, like right now, they want to do L2, and I'm not doing it. I'll live with a left thigh that's numb. I don't need it that much.
Acupuncture? Never.
I'm fun at parties, Al. Carlos, I can stick a fork in my thigh and not feel it.
What about what Carlos said? Acupuncture.
Acupuncture? No, you never tried it.
No, I actually had. they make you go through, your insurance company makes you go through a series of 5 shots in your back before you even get the surgery. And then I went through pain management. They went in and cauterized in the spine. They cauterized the nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still burning.
They had to knock me out for that one. The guy's going, why are you hugging the table so bad? You're in my spine.
L3 or L2 through L4 or something like that. L3, 2, 3, and 4 or something. Yeah. Where they burn the nerve ending so that it doesn't pinch.
Yep. They
They say it
cauterized
lasts
the nerve
for a
ending.
little while, but it ends up growing back around that area. And
It does.
10
It's like
years down
synapses.
the road, they said you'll end up having to go back and do it again.
When you cut one off, it grows around it.
Yep.
So,
I was
Mitch,
supposed to
when
get
you
major
fly,
surgery
you're
in
going to
this
be
shoulder.
flying.
Never did it. Never, ever.
What'd you say,
When you go
Carlos?
out tomorrow and fly, what are you going to fly? 5-inch, 6-inch?
What am I going to? I'll take it.
Acrobats, little of each.
I don't know. I walk up to that wall of drones that I have, and
Take
I
like
have
one of each.
Well, I got 4 1,500 batteries charged, 4 850
Oh, okay.
4Ss, and I got a dozen tiny whoop batteries
Oh,
charged.
good. That's
So,
a good. That's
so
what,
I'll-
3 hours worth of flying.
yeah, I'll I've been burning up a lot of batteries lately, and
Oh, that's good. I mean,
Matt,
this
you
is,
muted yourself. We didn't hear what you said.
it's just the weather what you guys live for in Florida. These
yeah, and I mean it's warm right now. I mean we're getting up to 80 degrees, low 80s.
Did
Yeah.
Matt
Come on
want to say
down,
something?
come on down, man.
I have to work on that. I really do. You know what? I saw Ray
No, I
Kelly's
muted
video.
myself.
I'm sorry,
I'm
real
great.
quick, Matt. I saw Ray Kelly's video of the Harley Davidson meet.
Yeah,
Nobody was wearing masks there. Everybody's living
No.
like a normal life. I like
no,
that.
well that's Florida,
That's
and
good.
especially Harley Davidson guys.
No helmet law either.
No,
No, I
there's
know
no
that. I
helmet,
know that.
but I won't
Same
ride
thing in
without a helmet.
Pennsylvania.
I mean,
think that's crazy.
I've
I
seen
don't
some
wear a
people.
helmet.
I do.
Actually, when you think about it, maybe you want to die if you crash on a motorcycle because
No, you don't have to do anything to have the bike crash.
No.
I went around a corner, and because when there's a
Sand
motor
on the
vehicle
ground.
accident and a tow truck comes and takes the car away, that tow truck, by contract, is supposed to sweep the street and clean up all the crash residue.
Right.
Well, I came around Babcock onto Malabar Road, and the motorcycle just went out from under
front
me.
wheel.
1,000-pound Harley went out from under me because there were screws and bolts and washers in the street.
Even sand and leaves, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about the leaves by you guys, but
Just the
forgot
wet
about it.
paint stripes. Just a little bit of wetness on them paint stripes. On
Those
the
white
road before
stripes,
you
yeah.
park.
Yeah.
they tell you to drive on where the wheels are from the cars and not in the middle because that's where all the oil splatter comes from the
Yeah, and then when
exhaust.
they call that black ice when you haven't had rain for a while,
Yep.
and you got all that oil on the asphalt, and the rain hits it,
motorcycles.
man, it turns into ice.
I'll be back. 3 summers
cold.
I did it, and I said, you know what? This is crazy in New York to ride a motorcycle. You got to be nuts. I'm out of here. I sold it.
So
But,
You
know, I
can't
got
lane
it.
split in New York either.
everywhere, yeah.
I'm sorry.
You can't lane split in New York either. It's not legal. Like
Well,
it
I
is
wouldn't
here.
even
You can lane
consider
split.
it. When you lane split, that's when people don't take you seriously, and then they just, then you're like, I mean, as it is, I went down a one lane street, and a woman passed me on my right because I'm obeying the speed limit. So I chased this woman for about 4 or 5 miles. She's trying to call the police, sticking a hand out the window. I let her
How is
be.
that
No way
black
you
magic
You can
keyboard?
ride here with the traffic.
Say again, Jim?
How is that black magic keyboard? I would love to get that. It's $1,000 though.
I have no idea what that is.
It's for DaVinci Resolve.
Sounds
Oh.
like something from Santana. I don't
Editing.
know.
$1,000 keyboard to help you to help you edit.
Yeah, it
So
turns the dial.
you gotta get that $5,000 computer if you're gonna get that $1,000 keyboard.
Yeah,
There's gotta
Actually,
be a connection there.
We're
it's
looking
like
it up. It's like $3,000.
it's like $10,000 or
And then-
$15,000 Apple computer. Did you guys ever see it? It's like a really giant
oh.
screen. You can spin it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was superseded 2 weeks later. So yeah,
Was it?
It was.
They got a $52,000 one, don't they?
You're totally right, Matt.
I believe it. It
If
looked
Al
cool, though.
bought it. If Al buys it, they're
Oh.
going to come out with a new brand next day.
They came out with 2 new brands in like 4 days.
I got
Yeah.
version 16 of DaVinci Resolve. They came out with version 17 the next month.
the next day. Of course.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
that's
They were
funny.
just
isn't it?
waiting on you to buy it.
You guys
Yeah,
all get 5 hours sleep and you're good. Mitch,
Yep.
what time are you up in the
I
morning?
do 5 hours.
I get 6 to 7 hours a night. So I go to bed at 11, 12 o'clock. I'm up 6, 7 o'clock.
Shit. I go to sleep like 12, 1, wake up at like 5, 6.
That's about right.
What I say, when you get older, you need less
do nap.
sleep.
I do nap.
I don't
nap.
nap. I can't.
If I sit on that couch,
I can't nap.
Mitch,
Oh,
you
you
don't
got
sleep that long
38
because you need it. You sleep that long because you enjoy it. It's not.
But they
'cause you
also
need
say
it.
that you get more than 7 hours is not good for you either. When you get older.
You know, who are these day people? I don't like them. 'Cause
They.
You hear a lot of this.
the same people that are telling us that we need to wear masks.
Yeah, exactly. It's not happening.
Yeah,
Tell
you go around Florida, like that Ray Kelly's video, the Harley place. Nobody was wearing a mask, and
I like that.
nobody's going to get
Nobody's
any
dying.
sicker whether they wore a mask or not. If they're going to catch it, they're going to catch it. If they're not, they're not.
Somebody
And
was
who-
making
you
a
guys-
point with all the homeless
Yes.
people that exist in California. Why aren't they dropping dead like flies?
Because
they're
their
not.
Come to
immunity system-
California. Come to California, and I walked. When I walk the streets and stuff, I don't wear a mask. I'm on the street walking. But
their immunity
everybody's wearing a
system is
mask
built
that's
up
working.
by natural biome.
They'll wear a
don't-
mask inside their car. They'll be in their car with the windows rolled up. They're wearing a
Totally.
mask.
Idiots.
They are totally
And the homeless
doing that.
people aren't going to the hospital where all the sick people are.
They actually said part of the reason why the homeless are actually doing better is because they have company, meaning other homeless people, whereas
Dirty.
people are staying home and isolating themselves, and it's actually stressing them out into sickness. That's what's happening. And not to mention, I believe, this isn't scientific, if you stay home, your immune system isn't being taxed. So
Right.
you're weakening it
Yes.
by staying home. When you go
You're
out,
better off as a kid eating the dirt and eating the
Right.
earthworm, so you get some damn.
and all this, what do they call that? Sanitizer? I don't even clean my hands after
That-
I pump
That
gas.
kills your natural.
What for?
body
I never did it
Yeah.
before.
to fight it.
Nat-
That's
Natural
why
antibodies.
that's why the kids today, all these kids with their mothers chasing them around with Clorox bottles all the time and Santa wipes, they don't have any immune system.
I look at it. It's a fact
Yeah,
because
somebody
every time you
sneezes,
go to
they
the
catch a
doctor
cold.
with a cold, you get a prescription for an antibiotic. Well, after a while, guess what? That antibiotic
it's
don't
not
work
gonna
anymore.
No.
That's
The,
just a fact.
The World Health Organization finally came out and admitted that in
It's
reality, the death rate from COVID, the death rate is no worse than a seasonal flu.
Yep, seasonal
Nope.
flu.
Now but the seasonal flu's no fun to get either. So you know what?
And I think you still get 500,000 people, right? That
And
die
a
a
normal,
year.
yeah,
in the
yeah.
flu.
A normal flu season can be 30 to 80,000 deaths.
That's
in
it?
this
Not
country.
more?
Yeah.
All around?
Deaths. That's deaths.
Yeah, that's what I
But
mean.
we talked about this on my show a number of
The
times.
flu
How many
rate
of
was only like 100,000 worldwide or something like that.
Is it only 100,000? I thought it was more.
yeah, but most
Flu
of
A.
these deaths that they're attributing to
Had one or
COVID,
whatever.
most of
It's
these
not
people probably
purely
would have died,
COVID.
and they would have died anyway from natural causes.
I'm
You
telling you, they
can't
had a
die from
90,
anything else. But
they had a
COVID now.
96-year-old man that died, and they attributed to COVID. Freaking guy's 96, not old age.
I heard on the news this morning. I was watching the news for 5 minutes to try to catch the weather. So the guy comes on, and he wishes everybody a Merry Christmas, and he says, "And I hope that everybody is still going to be here next year, so I can wish them a Merry Christmas." Well, that's not going to happen because 5 million people are going to die of old age between now and next year.
And 100,000 car accident deaths and
Yeah,
40,000
you know,
Cancer,
people walking across the street getting hit by a car. You know, the normal.
stupidity. There should be a
And the drunk driving accidents that happen every 16 seconds.
yeah.
There's 4
So-
people I know that
Hey,
got
yeah, fellas, I'm going to go.
Ron, Bob, and 2 of my family members. Matt, take care.
Thanks, Matt.
Have a good one.
See you, buddy.
No
Yeah, I
worries.
think I'm going to
Bye.
back out here too. It's
Yeah,
Almost
it's
going
going
on
on
2
2
hours.
hours.
yeah, it's almost
10
2
o'clock
hours.
over here.
Anyway, thanks for having me in, Jim. Enjoyed it, and
Thanks
I
for coming, man.
got a chance to yell at the guys a little bit. I always enjoy that. You know,
Yeah.
especially
Carlos and I got a
especially
little laugh
Carlos.
in there.
Yeah, I
Telling you.
like to tell Carlos to shut up.
shut up. Yeah, I'm his whipping boy.
Going soon.
Oh, right on, Mike. Right on, Mike. I appreciate that.
All right,
Send
I'll-
some stickers.
And if you do happen to get up early one morning, Jim, and it's a nice weather, then text me or something, and I'll tell you if I'm going to be flying.
If you do this activity, it might actually help you to sleep that night.
Good point. That's
just going outside, doing something different, exerting yourself in a different way, going outside. I don't know.
He goes outside.
And not only that, but putting up with Mitch.
Drive to his house and pull him out.
That little bit of extra stress could possibly make
Jim stresses out when he goes outside because his neighbors come out yelling at him about flying.
You're saying that like
over their house.
Mitch, fly the tiny hook around his head.
I attract idiots.
Carlos, and you're saying it about me as if it were a bad thing.
Well, no,
it took me 50 years to get like this, man.
Listen,
and I'm proud of it.
Hey, Brian.
They call me a prick, and I tell you, it takes work to become a good prick. You know what I mean? I pride myself.
I've said that before. Anybody calls me an asshole, I thank them. I say thank you very much. I said I've worked for 40 years to become the asshole that I am, and nobody ever. And it's nice to be recognized.
I have a young man that I talk to. We call each other prick. He's a prick in training. He's going to be the next prick coming.
I love all you guys. All right, I'll see you.
It's fun.
Brian, hi and
Mitch.
bye.
Have a good
Take
one,
care.
bro.
All right,
Take care.
Bye.
Brian, I'm actually a little teed off. Ever since you bought the damn thing and started talking about that tablet, now everybody's making videos on
I
it.
need a drink.
Well, come on, man. Take it out of me, man.
Get on the train.
No, I'm saying you were first on that damn thing, and why is it getting so popular all of a sudden?
I was third. Why isn't Dobo in here?
Why, he had it before you?
Yeah. He was actually
He
first.
just put out a video.
Yeah, Dobo was first. Captain Drone was second. I was third, as far as I know. They were sent those devices, though. And Dobo was not a happy camper because he had the same problems I did. Worse, in some cases.
That's why I always like to see these products come out and get a review on YouTube from normal people, not like the channels that do drone reviews, like every toy that they've got on Banggood.
But I am in love with this thing now. This thing is the bomb.
I can't afford to buy another tablet or monitor.
It looks
Here's the
smaller
thing.
than the Crystal Sky by a lot.
No, it's not. How do you figure? This is 7 inches. Crystal Sky is, 7.85 at the biggest one? And how much does that cost?
It is 785, yeah.
700.
Yeah.
Well,
This is
700.
7. If I can hold this thing right.
But it's not the length; it's the width of the girth.
Okay, so when you're flying, you're dealing with 7. You're holding it. You're holding it like this.
Right.
So you're using landscape mode.
Right.
You're getting all the picture you're going to get. I mean, my iPad is 2 inches, got more 2 inches of real estate than this does. The thing about this is, even though it's only 720p, I've been able to see power lines as good as I can on the iPad. And that's, to me, is one of the biggies, man, because if you can't see those power lines when you're coming up on them at 20 miles an hour, you're going to be in a world of shit.
Or when you're trying to get around an area or something like that to do a nice little pan shot around something. Or
Yeah. I mean,
sneak out in the middle of nowhere.
I'm not like Carlos. I mean, I'm going to fly into that water cooler with that FPV drone of mine. I guarantee it.
Brian, have you ever considered flying with the DJI goggles to get that closer look?
Once I found out it was not legal, I was going to buy the goggles. But once I found out it's not a legal way to fly, I just said, nah, no, I better not.
Whoa.
Really? You can't fly with goggles legally? Because of 107?
Technically, there is a rule that you're not supposed to because
you don't have line of sight.
You have visual observers.
Yes.
But F that. I'm flying FPV.
Yeah, well,
I'm doing it. I mean, come on.
You have a 107,
Come on.
Brian?
Yeah.
That's why it's important to you.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a 107 too.
If you didn't have the 107, would you consider it?
Actually, I was considering it before I had my 107. And once I figured out that you would have to have someone nearby, I just said, what were they at the time? $500 and something. I said, that's a pretty expensive accessory for something that I'm not going to use all the time.
You can get a $249 refurbished with the same 1-year warranty that you get with a new pair.
Yeah.
Brian, I am a 107 certified pilot and I fly FPV. I'm tired of people telling me I can't do the things. I'm responsible for those things.
I fly FPV too. I got my Tiny Hawk back working. I'm a happy camper. But here's the thing about FPV. You're not going to slam that thing into a car or a building and cause any major damage. It could fall.
Sure, why not? Fire, potential damage. Anything.
You could do a lot of things potentially, but when it comes to an FPV drone that weighs what? Something grams, like 100, 200 grams.
Anything
what
under
damage you can do?
We're talking
anything
about
under
the
$2,000,
This
you don't
one
even
here-
report.
Okay,
That'll
now,
weighs like 900 grams.
now
Yeah.
see, now
This is
you're
heavy.
talking big boy toys, and I'm
those are
a
FPV.
long way. I'm a long way from being able to afford something like that.
It's not as expensive as you think, and I do fly in an open field with nobody around. That's
There
the
you go.
difference.
Could
What
that
I'm
break
saying
a
is-
car window if you
Yep.
went full
Oh,
speed?
fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
could.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude. You could hurt
900
somebody.
grams. What is that?
Absolutely.
They took
A
in
pound and a half?
They took
Yeah.
FPV
A little bit
drones
more than that.
and went 60 mile an hour while a truck was going at the FPV drone, slammed it in the windshield. It took them several hits to really smash it to get it good, but it will smash a windshield.
But what I'm saying, Al, is over time, the money that I'm going to spend on FPV drones that are going to make me a better pilot for the next drone. I'm not going to go out and buy a 7-inch quad,
Hey, Ron.
and just expect to be able to fly that thing like nobody's business.
No, but it's a progression. I started with the
That's what I'm
Tiny
saying.
Hawk, and
That's
I've worked
smart,
my way
Brian.
up. This is
That's
my
what I'm
first
saying.
FPV drone right here. This is the first one I've actually, the true 5-inch FPV, and it's a bind and fly.
You a better
But
man
it's-
than me.
Well, it'll take time. Like anybody, you start
why
to progress and get there.
That's why
You're-
I'm working
you're
on the
doing
Tiny
it-
Hawk.
You're doing it the right way, Brian.
I got a Mobila 6 lined up next. I'll go with that next because it's the whole
Which-
kit. Like
Which one? You don't need
this one actually comes with the Fat Shark glasses. It's like $320.
I agree,
Are
Rick.
you sure you want to do that? Can I make a suggestion? Wait, Fat Sharks, you wear glasses.
Yeah, I know. I already
Do
know.
you-
You got to put the inserts in them.
No, don't do that. Get the FXT Viper goggles. They're with new antennas, or I'm sorry, with a battery. It might cost you $200, and the Mobula 6 will cost you $86. So you're already under $300, and you don't have to put any kind of. The Fat Sharks, are they going to come with antennas or a battery?
Yeah.
It comes with all that.
I do like the ones that you showed me, though, Carlos, because
I
they're
think
open.
the FXT are a better deal for you.
The thing is,
Are those goggles diversity? The Fat Sharks that you're getting?
I doubt it. I mean,
do
they're
they record video?
yes, they do. That's the one thing. That's why I was going to go with those because I can't.
He's back.
That's the only thing about the Tiny Hawk I don't like. I can't record any of the video because it's those generic goggles that came with it, and they're kind of worthless for that.
There's one option if
Hey,
you want to
Dan.
go is if you get the SkyDroid, you can record on your phone while you're flying. You press record with the SkyDroid and then you just go fly.
Just to be clear, Mike Night Train here started off on 5-inch. Like he just went into it. Like there was no learning
Sea
curve.
Racer
Mike just-
250 was my
yeah,
first drone
Mike just
period.
went for it, and he's
Okay.
tried to convince me of the same thing.
Let me say something.
Is that
Crazy.
is that a bad thing?
No,
Is that a bad
I'm
thing?
just saying. Some people just jump on the crotch rocket and go.
Aside from Ron, how many of y'all have played first-person shooter video games?
Oh, of course.
Call of
Thank
Duty.
I
Modern
absolutely
Warfare
suck
3.
at those. And I know if I suck at those games, you put a really fast, expensive quad in my hands, yeah, that'll be the first one I buy.
You want to hear something that's sad? Is I placed 60 in the world in assault kills at one time in Modern Warfare 3. And in order to rank in those games, you have to be 50,000 or better. I have over 500,000 kills.
I was big in Battlefield back in
crazy.
the day, before Battlefield 1 came out.
I mean,
I spent a lot of time on that dumb game.
Mel 400. He learned the hard way, man. Mel got his first FPV drone. I think it was given to him, and he just tried to fly it and then took it out to that field and then throttled it, and it just took off to the moon. And then we don't really know what happened to it after that, dude. But Mel found out the hard way, man. Poor Mel.
I can't believe that Art came home with a 5-inch quad and had
Oh, my
Mitch
God.
fix it. Like, are you kidding me?
I still want to see him rip it.
I think he'd be better off using that on his Food Network to chop some lettuce or something than actually fly
How
it.
the hell is he going to control that thing?
Did you see, not for nothing, but did you see him on Mitch's show when he was pointing to the left?
He's got it. He's got it. No, he can pinch all day. He can pinch.
Oh man,
Dan, did you catch that the other day?
What's that?
He was pointing at Ed, but he went like this.
Oh,
I go,
yeah,
"You pointing
the
at Ed or the guy
curve,
down there?"
Yeah.
Carlos.
Yes.
Mike and Dan, you guys got a first class ticket to hell on that comment.
I did not. All I said was he could pinch all day. He's got the perfect pinch fingers going on, man. If he's going to be a pincher, he's got it made.
I like
Chip
how
will be
he's
right
got
by
the
you guys,
stick hooked
too.
up so he can flip his quad over without having to go too far and whatnot. I mean, he's working it.
He's got the grabbers.
Oh,
He's
I know
good.
I'm going to hell in a handbasket.
Or he'll get a young lady. He'll get a young lady
First
to
class,
rescue.
dude, first class.
He'll get a young lady to rescue his quad like he did with his fishing.
There's a
freaking
guy
things.
out that flies FPV. They call him Captain Uno. He flies with one hand, dude. He can't use his other hand, so he flies with one hand. He's got his
No
thumb
way.
on one, and he uses his palm to
I'm
control
studying
the
it
other.
more.
stick. He flies FPV with one hand.
That's crazy.
So Captain
that out.
Uno.
Captain Uno.
Yep.
I've seen girls, some girl on TV drive with her feet. So I mean, these people, you know,
Oh yeah,
they do crazy stuff.
dude. I've seen people
Nope,
change
there's another
car
one.
tires.
Nope,
with
FPV.
Brian's trying to show off his 1,200 knits, guys.
12.
So one of the guys on DRL is known as Nub, and it's because he has missing digits on his hands and whatnot and flies
I'm glad it's on his
DRL
hands.
racing.
Nubby.
Yep.
Have you guys told these inspirational stories to Art?
I don't know.
Let me tell you something. Art,
It never came
I'm
up.
just saying.
if Art spent 5 minutes for every hour he spent on a live stream, he'd be the best pilot in freaking Denver, Colorado.
Maybe he needs this inspiration. Nobody's told him that.
I
Wait a
tell him,
minute.
I
You're
ask him
telling me
almost
Art-
every time I ask him, "Did you fly? Did you fly?" This guy's
Art's
got
in
he's got
Colorado?
the Mavic.
Yeah.
He's got a freaking Tiny Hawk. He's got an Evolution. He's got that little thing that drives on the ground, and he doesn't use any of it. He
Art
hangs
flies
on-
with Art has actually met up with original Dobo.
So literally, Art is in Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna visit him February. We'll do that. Hell yeah. We'll get his 5-inch up in the air, man. We're gonna make him a rocket ship.
Yeah.
You can, yeah, okay.
What are you doing in Colorado?
Well, the girlfriend's never experienced snow, so we already bought our tickets. So February, we're gonna head to Colorado, say hi to a few friends of mine. My sister lives out there. We're gonna stop. So if Art's in Denver, I'm already going to Colorado Springs. May as well swing through, see Art, rip some FPV if I can get my year past TSA.
Yeah, he's right by there. Art.
So yeah, that or I'll just rig
That's
his
always
stuff
fun.
up when I get there and rip his stuff, and then hand the controller over to him and let him terrorize it.
You should be all right.
Jim,
Bringing
do
that
you
on the phone.
remember many, many moons ago, they used to have this guy with the cart, and he had a block of ice, and he used to shave it and then put like a syrup.
Flavoring on the top, shaved ice, yeah.
That's all you need to get your girlfriend. Save yourself
remember
thousands of dollars with the snow.
When you coming, Dan?
I will be there February 4th through the 8th. We're just going to be there for like 4 days and then head back. I've got a friend who got married. I haven't seen him in about a year and a half, so we're going to go out and see him and his wife. My aunt and uncle live up in Vail, so we're taking the 4-hour trip to Vail, and then from there, Colorado Springs and back to Denver. So
Off that weekend.
I just want to tell RC Fun Diversion, at least he's using it for something in reference to his comment. Anyway, that's it.
So Ron, you're out that way too?
Yeah, I'm only about 4 or 5 hours north.
All right, well, I'll just make a meetup of it then.
Yeah. You know, Carlos, in reference to what you said, when Art came to my place, brought like 3 bags of drones and his RoboMaster and everything. He didn't use any of it the whole weekend.
I don't understand. I mean,
Side by
honestly,
side having too much fun.
somebody like Art should actually give that to somebody, at least the RoboMaster, that's going to put it to use. I mean, otherwise, come on.
Oh, I'm a bad influence, man. When I get around people, I convince them to do stupid stuff. So I'm sure we'll get Art in the air.
Look, I got Paul to come with me into Roosevelt Field and into the mall and fly. So I'm all about doing stupid stuff.
Right. Yeah, I have a natural knack for convincing people.
No,
to do
I
stupid
just don't. I don't understand having the stuff and not using it. Put it to use, or give it to someone that will. That's all.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
need to
thing.
get on making sure mine are flying and get out flying too. And collecting dust. It's so dang cold.
Art won that RoboMaster at Spin Up, so he might have like a sentimental attachment kind of thing to it.
Yeah.
You
I
never
just
know.
watched the video again this morning when he was flying or driving around my driveway, and
I have sentimental attachment to things until they show me money.
So if your girlfriend shows you $100 bill,
That's done for. Sorry, guys. I got stuff I got to do.
you're terrible. Ray Kelly's first job, one of his first jobs was making snow cones. There you go. Those were good. I liked my grape ones. I always liked those. They had coconut.
what happened to Jim?
He dropped himself out.
Yeah, he might have like
Bathroom break.
ended up having to
Fell asleep.
refresh or something again because of all the clicking in and out of the stream. I think I'm gonna
Broken.
drop out of here myself. So
Broke the mouse.
enjoy, everyone. We'll catch up.
Take care, Mike. So Brian, you bought a screen that's $1,000 for what?
No, this thing is, it's $600. I
Oh,
got it
okay.
for $550.
Who was talking about a
No, that was a
$900
$1,000 keyboard somebody was talking about.
Oh, a keyboard. Okay, gotcha.
Now that's amazing. Like I said, that thing you better be able to talk to it, and it types for you. If it's that, I mean,
I
tell
have,
you,
I have
and make
different
you,
wishes.
and make you a cup of coffee.
I have different wishes from my keyboard.
Oh, that was needed.
Is that thing, Brian, that Ken Heron was advertising a day or two ago?
I don't know. I heard about it here.
Brian was advertising it a month ago, and then he says Dobo did it first. So I don't know.
Jim and did
Ron.
you guys have a moment back there somewhere?
Oh man,
No, I had about 10 tabs open, and I fucking hit.
Oh,
the
I
one that
wasn't
said
sure you
StreamYard.
guys were caught at the same time. You come back at the same time, wiping yourselves. I don't know.
Ron, what did you got stuck up in the woods, Ron?
Oh, fuck. Sorry. Yeah. Had all
What's
my
the
drone
problem?
camera equipment, and I didn't so much as get a picture of a Tweety bird yesterday.
How did you get the wheels stuck in the dirt? I heard you saying you were digging out for a couple
Yeah,
of
it
hours.
was the biggest piece of shit car I've ever. I was in a battle this morning with the owner or the general manager of Avis this morning. I'm like, really? You rent a car like this in the central part of Wyoming in the middle of winter? That's a car that you rent on the beach in LA, not in Wyoming. Plus, it had summer tires. Yeah, we're on a hard surface dirt road. We're only in an inch of snow.
They didn't give you all season tires either, huh?
Ron,
Summer tires.
Wait. You were in an inch of snow?
We were in an inch of 1 inch of fucking snow, and there's a traction control button on these things.
That's useless. Yeah.
Oh, and then the engine power cuts out.
What car was it?
It was a Toyota Corolla.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And the reason I was in it was my truck
Small
broke
tires.
yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And it was
Did
in
you
the
just-
mechanic shop, and they rented
Did
it.
you try to jack it up to get out of the
Ron.
hole, or you didn't even bother?
you need to get the Larry Enticer mentality going on, bro. You need to just send it. The hell with what they gave you. Just send it, bro. All right.
The bottom line is this thing, any other vehicle in the world would have made it out where I was at. But this fucking piece of shit that I stuck, we dug down to dirt. And the thing still couldn't get us out. We had to hike out of the woods
Oh my god.
quite a ways.
He was at it for 4 hours.
Yeah, it was we were stranded for about 4 hours, then we had to hike out. And then
Oh Jesus.
Oh, congrats to Rick. He sold his Skydio. I know is up for sale.
we were at altitude. We were between 9,000 and 10,000 feet. So that did not do any good for my lungs. That I'm trying to get back to health.
Holy shit.
But yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, not a good time.
I thought you were taking the thing back trails, but no. No, you were only in an inch of snow.
Yeah,
Two
I
tracks,
could see if I was trying 4-wheel drive with the thing, but that
Two
was not
track.
good.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you about
Change.
traction control, Ron. If if you change your brakes, your front brake pads, the traction control and ABS lights go off on my car.
Yeah.
All it does is make it shift like shit. It's still 2-wheel drive. It's not a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the throttle actuator, it's called, go out of my truck yesterday.
Oh.
Well, thank God it happened at the bottom of the mountain.
The throttle body actuator?
It's called the throttle actuator.
It keeps it at 1,000 RPMs when it's in stop at a light, in neutral, whatever. I never had that go out, though.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of shit go out in the cars I buy. I don't buy
what do you drive, Ron? I have a Dodge. That happens often to Dodge vehicles.
I have a Ford F-150.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, Dan, have you ever driven in snow, Dan?
I have, man. I grew up in Michigan, remember?
No, I don't remember.
Oh,
I don't remember. Yeah. You remember? I didn't know that.
I do, man.
I thought you were a Floridian. Most Floridians never aren't born there, like 50%.
I love snow, bro. I love snow.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What are you doing down where old people die?
So yeah, right. That's the truest statement ever, to be honest with you.
It's like the elephants. Elephants go to die.
Well, okay, look. I graduated high school, right? My parents were like, "We're moving to Florida." I didn't want to live 1,800 miles away from them, so I was like, all right, I'll take the trip." So I moved down here, and then I got situated, got my own place, worked for a while, and then I started having, motorcycle problems and accidents, and then from there it just progressively got worse. So, but I would love to go back to the snow. I'm feeling it now. I always enjoyed cold weather versus hot. Florida just gets so hot. You can only take so much clothes off. You can't.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's
right.
like
Absolutely.
I can always put more clothes on. I can only take so much off. So when it's hot, it's just hot.
What are we looking at here? Curve TV for how much money?
$244.
And what's the hertz?
Yeah,
that's
a good price.
Is the hertz 120 hertz?
No, it's 75 is what I'm using now.
Oh, it's only 75. Is this a monitor or a TV?
This is a monitor. Here's the deal. I'm getting two of them. And the wife, I talked the wife into this is my Christmas present. Two of them.
Like your strategy, Brian.
What are you going to do with them?
I got two monitors now. The trouble is they're two different brands. So if I drag, I have a gym problem with my color. If I drag a picture from this screen to here, it changes color. So if you have two that are the same brand, same size, same everything, you drag them one to the other, they don't change. It's very annoying when they change. I have gym color blindness trouble when that happens. So
that's a good price for the price listed, no?
I mean, for it's what I'm using now, basically. So I'm not losing anything. I'm not getting, but like you said, 120 to 185 hertz would be optimal. That's a gaming thing. Now they run like $400, $500 each, and I don't, it's a little steep. It's another drone.
But for editing, that's perfect though, no?
Yeah, for editing, that's all I need.
If you're doing 1080p.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, 4K looks sharp as hell on these things. Because, like I said, I've been doing it on these screens that I've got here for years now.
I've been doing the 4K on here because that's all I got.
I know, but what I'm saying is, it shows the difference even on these screens. When I take it downstairs to the 4K TV, and it's like, wow, this is awesome. It's like I tell everybody, when you buy a 4K TV in the store, they always show like this demo thing, and it looks so cool. You get it home, and you turn on whatever station you're looking, it don't look that way because the picture's compressed. Anything we do, anything that we show, is not a compressed picture. That's why it pops the way it does on a 4K TV.
You got, were you talking about showing it on YouTube or showing it on here?
Taking your own, like I think it's Al knows, take your video, whatever you shoot or whatever you produce, USB, pop it into the back of your 4K TV or wherever your USB slot is. Go find your source button, find the USB, and play.
Yeah, I haven't done that. I got the Sony Bravia, which is only
Anybody
an HDR.
who's got a 4K TV is missing out so much by not checking that out. Because you're shooting 4K video. Use it. It's unreal.
I've done that.
And is it incredible?
That's what I was editing when I was doing my HDR videos in the beginning.
It's like looking out a window. It's almost 3D. It's the way 4K is actually the way it should actually look.
Yeah.
Dan's laughing. Mr. Cinematography.
These are the conversations I get bored by quick. Monitor talk and stuff.
I can tell, Dan. That's why I'm doing this.
I was like, I don't care. I just fly.
See,
get footage.
This is the FPV guys. They're balls to the wall, adrenaline junkie, FPV, 60,000 kills, shooting dudes.
Even when I was even when I was
Mike knows all about it. He's FPV.
I was like, I never cared to I did a little color grading and call it a day.
But Dan,
I'm not
you
investing that much
also
time.
edit your shit on your phone, do you not?
Hey, don't hate. Appreciate.
I'm not hating, but that's what you do. So that's probably why you don't care about this technical talk. And the computer shit.
It's so much easier. The phone has just got so good with editing now. It's just,
well, you got good eyes.
And you're efficient with it, and it's easier for you.
No,
I can't see. I have never flown from a phone.
It's because you guys are more into the picture quality than the flying aspect.
And I agree with that, Carlos. I think a lot of you guys are more into
which makes sense. It's if that's what you want, that's what you want.
Dan just likes to go out, take footage, and then if it requires it, I'll make some adjustments as needed. But for the most part, I'm okay with what I take.
No.
But you're mainly going out to fly. If you happen to get
just
footage,
have fun, right?
Then you share it. But otherwise,
like that tower flight I did with my 4K, right? I had it in 4K, and I ripped over the top of the tower, and it was really cool, but the lighting wasn't right, so I adjusted it, and then it looked fucking amazing. But that's a one-time hit or quitter thing, bro. You rarely get just the right light for just the right occasion for the, you know what I'm saying? So most of the time you have to post edit and do all that fun jazz. I just is it worth it?
And part of it is you got to like to edit. I love to edit.
I do too, but I like to tell a story more than focus on the color scheme.
Same here.
I enjoy the story.
I don't just ever. You'll never see just a drone video of me shooting a point of interest of whatever. There's going to be something else there.
Sure.
I spent the last 2 weeks. I finished it in 4 hours today. I said, why did this take 2 weeks? You do something with dialogue like I did, and I throw in drone video, and forget it, man. You're going to be there forever. It's like, oh god, you trying to get their links to sync up when I'm using the drone.
Yeah.
To focus on a person like I was doing with me and 2 other guys. Yeah, that's fun. That took 3 hours the other day.
Frame by frame, lining it up.
Yeah.
But, I guess everybody has their own niche, so to speak, or they're like Dan, I know, like you told me, hey, you're tired of the GPS drone.
No, it's not that I'm tired of it. I'm finding less and less reasons to do it. I go ahead.
But on the same token, and again, nothing against the FPV guys, but when I sit there and watch some of their footage sometimes, and you see their camera footage, and you get all that interference in there, that drives me fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah, if somebody's showing you DVR, it looks like junk. But if we're showing you the actual HD footage from the flight, from the onboard camera, it's totally different. Which is why I quit giving people DVR, because I knew people hated it. It was like, I can't stand all this stuff.
Well, can I say one thing in regards to the DVR? The only thing that I will watch it is because as somebody who flies FPV, you can appreciate what that person did in their flight or the maneuver. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I will deal with that. But I understand that it's always better.
I commend them in their flying skills.
Yeah, right. That's why I watch that, or I deal with it.
The GPS guys, the other things that drives me nuts is you get somebody with a GPS drone sits there and goes out and gets footage, and they go out and hover, and then they click.
Straight lines.
That's not cinematic?
It's straight lines. They fly in straight lines.
Yeah.
Come on, I thought that was
who flies
cinematic.
well is Drone Bum and Philly, not for nothing, where they can actually, pan and go forward and turn. Drone Bum does that well. Chris Hope does that pretty good too.
Oh, Brian, he don't give a shit. He'll put that drone up, make sharp turns.
Oh.
He don't care. And he'll slap 500 on him up, make $6,000 every 2 years. He don't care.
But I learned in the little bit of GPS that I did that adjusting the gimbal speed will also help with a lot of that.
Yeah.
To make it
don't give a crap about that.
Lower.
You can adjust the gimbal speed, the gimbal yaw speed,
right.
All that shit. Make a nice, smooth,
right.
cinematic.
And you can even throw it into tripod mode, from what I understand, if you want to. I mean, there's a lot of, but again, when I first bought my GPS drone, I bought because I can make something fly, not because I can take good footage of good picture quality. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so I bought a Mavic Air.
From where? Because that was good.
I bought a Mavic Air. Oh, just now? That's a little 65 millimeter
No, the one you showed of the Christmas tree tonight.
Yeah,
here.
that's a little what?
Not bad.
Little nothing.
And that was good video.
Yeah, it's amazing what that it's able to take
That's
1080
the
by
HD,
60.
right? That's the little HD one. Yeah.
1080 by
tiny
60 feet per second.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
The
just-
little onboard HD cameras on those they're getting good. I'm almost ready to give up my 5-inch again for a 3-inch on a 4S and
Get an Acrobat.
Yeah.
Acrobat.
See, and everybody keeps saying that Acrobat. I'm thinking about it, but then I still have to strap a damn GoPro to it, and I don't want to.
Do something. Can't
That's
you do
what
a
I'll do.
smaller thingy?
What's that?
GoPro naked.
A smaller.
Yeah, but still, you're still strapping a camera to it. I want to avoid strapping the camera to it, but I don't want to go DJI.
Session 5. There you go. That's
Well, no, in that scenario, I would go to something like a Nano, right? The split cam Nano 3 with HD 1080 at 60. I would rather do that than buy a DJI Air system, because then it's a two system. It does FPV and it records 1080 at 60 while you're flying.
And you're not going to have
business
that
is good. I'm considering the DJI for next summer. We'll see what happens.
That takes all the challenge out of it. It's not fun.
What challenge?
Stop
You just sat here. Hold on. You just sat here, Carlos, and you said,
I can appreciate
what the pilot.
But wait a minute. In regards to what Ron was saying, where that static bothers him, I will deal with it.
And that's what I do. I deal with it.
Right. But it has nothing. I'm not flying DJI drones to make better footage. I'm just so I can see better and get better range.
That's where the switch is between me and you. I like the struggle of not being able to see. I think it gets your endorphins going.
Yeah, but you also like making trouble with cops. I don't.
Right. What's that?
You like making trouble with police. I don't. So.
I do not.
We're different people.
I get along with all the police that I see all the time.
Me too.
Even the police that I was spinning circles around, they see me fly there all the time. You guys don't know that, so to you it comes off as, he's
the other day you just said that you had an issue with them. That's the only reason I said
that was in 2017, and that was with the 3DR Solo, I want to say, with some dude on a boat, and the detectives showed up for that one because of the school. That was a very different scenario.
I hear you.
Dan, if given a pair of DJI goggles given to you, and you flew them and they were yours, you would start flying that shit, and it would be a different experience.
I flew DJI
just like when
the
I was
other day.
flying with my Commander V1s and that analog shit. No,
it
was horrible.
Dan
took the leap of faith in the DJI.
I love my Commander
if
V1.
even if it wasn't DJI, it was just a whole lot better.
You know what it is? Dan is like the Dracula, or with the freaking the cross, or Wolfman with the freaking silver bullet. The minute you say DJI, it's like.
I know. A lot of
If
guys
it was ABC goggles, he would have bought them. But if it's DJI goggles, I really believe
that's kind of it.
That's part of it.
All right,
kind of it.
Fanboy.
But I still like the challenge of analog signal over digital signal. I don't know why. I
no choice but to be challenged. With my.
That's so okay. So here was the thing.
Make you a better pilot, because
here was
when
my Carlos. Here was my irritation with that. I flew DJI the other day. I flew digital system for the first time. And as I suspected, I could see the entire time. And it was like no risk involved at all to me. It was like, oh, this is simple because you can just see where you're going. That to me, hold on, that to me takes the challenge right out of it.
Well, that's what I was saying in regards to flying, like in the mall, or flying, places where you're not technically shouldn't, but they're little things. It's the adventure, the challenge of kind of getting. I understand that totally.
As soon as I flew the DJI,
I'm 58 and I still act like a kid out there.
I got out of the goggles and I didn't have any dopamine, no adrenaline drop, nothing. I was like, oh, that was okay.
But hey, you were not out any money either.
No, and I agree with that. But I like punching through trees and going, oh my God, I'm getting signal cut. Am I going to make this or not? Is it going to completely black out? And it just dumps adrenaline into your system. I got that from street bikes. I got that from doing crazy stuff, stunts. It's the same principle to me. I get that same feeling, and I like that feeling. So if I switched over to DJI, it would take a lot of the fun out of FPV for me, I think. So everybody's different. Carlos,
what if it wasn't DJI and it was Fat Shark that came out of digital system?
If they could make it more affordable, then I would totally be for it.
Well, I think if you give it time, and the V1 goggles will drop in price, where they'll be affordable.
I have the
Either
Commander
that
V1.
or wait for the next protest and see if they have a DJI store in Florida. And just
Well, okay, so here's
There
the
you go.
interesting thing. Eachine says that they're going to be releasing their digital system soon. They don't say it's going to be quite on par with DJI, but it's still going to be very affordable. And it's going to have pretty much the same abilities minus the range. So I'm for that. If Eachine decides to do it at a price point of like $150 for the goggles and $100 for the onboard digital system, I'm totally for it. I'll do it. But I'm not going to go out and blow $699 on a pair of goggles and an air unit, and then have to, every time I smash my quad, have to replace the air unit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not financially, it doesn't seem feasible. And analog cameras like $15 to $20. When I smash my quad out in the front, it's literally $15, and I just slap a new one in. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't financially. It's not feasible.
But Dan, most people aren't like you in regards to they'll put a $300 GoPro on that $15 camera.
Right. That's why I buy cheap GoPros and slap them on my FPV rig. I don't care because I paid $20 for it. What do I care?
So the GoPro is like an air unit. I mean, it's 6 1/2 dozen kind of.
Yeah, it's just a little heavier. It's way heavier.
And no, as far as price point and taking the risk. I mean,
yeah, but I got to the point where I turned off stabilization. I taught myself how to flow fly, which is something that I think.
Oh, you mean on the camera?
Yeah, on the camera, because it takes all the herky jerky movements out, and really it doesn't teach you any better flying when you do that. So I realized by turning it off, I was able to notice a lot of the maneuvers that I was doing that could be resolved just by being a little calmer on the sticks. So it actually ended up helping me out when it came to flow flying. Like I started getting progressively better. My shots became smoother. Everything about it came better. So I don't know, man. There's certain, I do certain things for certain reasons. I don't understand.
Why don't they make more
The main thing is you have fun, hopefully.
Yeah,
Why did they
have a great time.
The GoPro session.
What's that?
Why did they stop making the GoPro session?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. That is a very good question. I really thought they would keep that
They
going.
can make something and make more money, and they can make something else the next year.
Yeah, but they're not appeasing the FPV guys anymore by putting these massive rigs on there.
Do you think they care?
I would think so, because I would think at this point, FPV pilots are probably their main source of income. Bloggers and FPV guys.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
Do you see what?
absolutely.
I don't understand them at all. They backed out of the quad business completely, just walked away. They backed away from the sessions. It's like they want nothing to do with drone tech.
It's weird. Yeah, I agree with that. It's very strange.
You see what Beta FPV and Insta360 are coming up with a naked camera, an actual OEM naked camera for sale. Yeah, it's supposed to come out December 18th. It's supposed to come out. It's supposed to be 120 grams. What was that?
How many years that took?
I don't know, but it's coming out. Insta360 and Beta FPV are coming out with their version of a naked camera.
That would be awesome. Put a 360 on an FPV. Yeah.
It's not 360. It's just an action camera.
Al, that Insta360 was it the X2? That thing's pretty awesome. I'm looking to buy that one.
I've seen it on FPV drones, the Insta360. It looks pretty neat.
Yeah,
I have too. That's what I'm saying. If it was something that wasn't rigged, and somebody actually put that camera on there, man, that'd be a pretty cool thing.
Did they fix that video problem where you have to edit the video in their program first and then bring it in?
Right.
No, you still got to do it through their proprietary software.
Yeah, and then you can bring it into. That's another thing I wanted to talk to you about, Al, sometime.
Really?
In Final Cut.
Yeah, the Insta. Yeah, you gotta do that.
You got to edit in their program first.
And
that sucks.
in the X2, you got to run it through their software program.
I mean,
because it's not an MP4. It's not an MP4 file. It's their own proprietary file.
The
Can you save it from their
fantastic
software as an MP4 or an MP3?
No, it's not an MP3 or MP4. It's their own proprietary file.
Software though.
It transforms it or transitions it to an MP4. It converts. Yeah, exactly.
After you edit in their program.
Yeah, but the problem is when you throw their stabilization on it and you put it on YouTube, it looks so pixelated. I mean, it's bad. It's real bad. I kind of don't like it, but I kind of plunged for.
Which one?
Don't they have an orange run can for like $99, 4K? Anybody ever seen that one? No. It's the same size as the Session, but it's a $99 deal.
Damn.
Oh, okay. I think I know which one you're talking about. I've seen that one.
I think it's called Run Cam.
I think I've seen that one.
Al, which one do you have?
I have the Insta360. That's a 4K camera. It's modular.
Right.
And you can use it as an action camera, 360 camera in
It's the
the
instant
4K.
360. I know
Yeah,
they come
well,
out with the R. Then there's the X2. Is the latest one out?
no, I don't have. This is the older model.
Okay.
Wow.
Ron, how do you do that?
You
How do
what?
you do? Point your finger again, straight up.
Pac-Man.
How do you point it straight? You had it like that. Point it like across your face, but you were like really dipping into your finger hard. Your finger was bent. It was up like that. How did you do that? Is that even possible? And maybe I was seeing things. You did this, but your top finger was bent like that. It was crazy.
He's double jointed.
So
Yeah, you were sitting there like this, and that whole finger was like.
It's a talent.
good
That's
night,
crazy.
Chris.
Oh God.
Good night, Mr.
Oh, I noticed stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting off this motherfucker as well. I've been
I
on here
am-
too long. I'm hungry. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's
Good
almost
talking to you,
11.
Carlos,
Motherfucker.
Ron,
Take
Dan,
care, bud.
I'm not
Brian,
wrong,
Jim. Thank
Wow.
you, everybody. That's that. Later.
Adios out.
Toodles.
Later.
Well, Ron